Links to the deaths.
Hey guys!
Damn.
Hello!
That's
Thank
one
you for
nice
the follow. Hi Phoebe, who definitely didn't forget that we were playing today or nothing. Thank you so much for raiding into us. Give me a minute, let's get the background music going.
Damn. That's one nice cock.
Thank you so much for the follow, everybody. I hope your stream was good, Phoebe. I imagine I'm about to see you in our voice call in just a moment. Also, I don't think that you're a stinky dummy. Just a regular smelling dummy. Thank you so much for the follows. So, hello everybody. If you don't know who I am, I'm River the Bard. I do a lot of TTRPG content. I'm partnered with Paizo as well as a bunch of other TTRPG, VTTs, agencies, studios, and what have you. And it's so nice to see you all here. Phoebe, thank you so much for bringing your community and trusting me with them today. Thank you so much. And it's going to be nice to see you in voice in a moment. I hear that you forgot that we played tonight. Yep. Well, you remember now? 1-1. Phoebe was teaching you about Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Well, I got good news for you, because now we're going to be playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. That's alright. Thank you guys so much for coming. Do remember as well, I run a TTRPG VTuber agency. You can find all the lovely talents there. I also have two of the amazing talents with me here tonight. Don't I, Valtteri and Undyne?
Hi!
Damn.
I think Valtteri and Undyne both stepped away during our break, so they'll be back in a moment. Please forgive Phoebe. I will forgive Phoebe, as long as she doesn't make any old man bard jokes this entire stream. No more old man River jokes. We are stopping old man River here and today. If you want to check out the other amazing people on this this cast, please check there. Pretty Birdie. Yep, that would be Valttria.
Sorry.
That's not it. Blood. Rock.
I was getting tea.
There's our cast. All right. I thought this was gonna have music. This playlist that I put on, and it does not. So instead, we're gonna have this.
What's wrong with?
What should?
You don't like old man jokes?
No, they hit too hard. Oh, that's really weird tavern music.
Too real.
Hold on, I don't like this. Let me. Where's my normal playlist? I thought I'd try a new, musical playlist today, only to find out that I'm hating it. Let me put on something. Damn it! I've got a better sound set from Sirenscape. One moment. Hi, back. We're live. Say hi to chat too while you're here, Rye.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat. I just dropped a fat piss.
Thank you, Undyne.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Why am I...
Why are you like
It's much better to play D&D on
So,
Spider.
actually, you know what, Undyne? While I'm looking for the sound set, you've put yourself on the chopping block. What's the difference between a fat and a skinny piss?
A fat and a skinny piss?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know when you feel like you really, really have to pee, but there's actually, like, not a lot of pee that comes out, and it's a dissatisfying pee? You don't feel, like, super, like, I don't know, settled? You're like, yeah, I did that. I feel better. My tummy feels light. I feel good. A fat piss is when you know you got a lot of juice in the tank, you let the juice free, and you spill water all over your desk. Hang on.
She did have an answer. Undyne's really good at yes-anding. You'll see it in today's campaign, probably. Do I miss LimeWire? I do miss LimeWire. I miss it. We were just talking about Linkin Park. Does everyone remember the Nightcore Linkin Park stuff? Sorry, I'm trying to buy time for Phoebe. What else did I want to announce? Right! Before we get into Undyne's singing recap as she cleans up the water she's now spilled everywhere, don't forget, everybody, this is the last day of my subathon donathon. We are at 331 subs, meaning 19 more, and we hit the 350 sub goal, which means that I have to do a stream of me prank calling the Canadian government. Just as a quick reminder for what the rewards are. The check marks haven't been upgraded, but I assure you we are past 300, meaning that 19 away from doing prank calling the government. I don't know how much that would be away from doing a face cam stream, but that's on the list. There's a lot of other things on there, including Return of the Spicy Chocolate Bar at 500. Hello, Phoebe Babe, my favorite goblin streamer, who definitely knew we had a game today. Undyne, are you okay?
I spilled the whole Just so you know, it's been a really long week. It's just Wednesday, and I have 2 shot-sized things of Java moonshine that I'm drinking tonight because I need them. I don't need them. I'm not an alcoholic. I
That
drink
definitely
responsibly.
sounded like an alcoholic thing to say.
I know, but I also haven't had a drink in a very long time.
Did sound
Partially
very
because of Sauron actively taking residence in my uterus. Not uterus, my pee hole.
I'm
Hang on.
sorry,
I need help.
what? Are you pregnant?
Urethra.
Jesus
No, my
Christ.
urethra.
Oh my god, guys, you heard it here first.
UTI.
You heard it here first. She's pregnant with a UTI.
I hate you.
Thank
This is
you.
like the Monster House video where they're like, that's the uvula. Oh, so it's a girl house. That's River right now.
Well, you're the one who said it. Thank you, Undyne.
Yeah, because I'm fucking. Do you want somebody to sing the recap River?
Well, in a minute. Phoebe, how was your stream?
Oh.
Good. That's it. Just really
Quiet,
quiet.
apparently.
Good. Are you embarrassed? You forgot about. Are you embarrassed that you forgot about Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. No, it's
Just
okay.
reaching
We're just
and then
happy
I
that
was
you could
like-
come.
I know, but like I'm gonna have to leave early
We're
tonight
just
though,
happy
because I
you're
had to
here.
take 2
yeah.
shifts tomorrow because I took one off today so I can get an ID.
Well, we'll try to. Well, today I'm just imagining is mostly you guys in the aftermath of that magical warehouse that you trashed.
After we did lock that man away for the rest of his life forever underneath the
Oh
pile of rubble,
yeah,
never seen again.
yeah, the Mirror Man, the simulacrum that you guys decided to torment by burying under a pile of rubble, knowing that it wouldn't
Okay,
die
they're
of
not real people
starvation. Or
technically, so it's clear
yeah,
on my conscience.
it's only
He's,
partially a war crime.
Honestly,
I think that what's going to happen is that we're probably going to tell the rest of our the people that are going to be meeting us eventually, because don't we have other forces coming to the
Yeah, we'll let
Underdark?
them out in like 6 months.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
you have
first
your-
went in here because we were gonna stage an ambush on, other forces, and now we're just fucking vibing in a warehouse.
I mean,
we
it's
could
only.
still have
It hasn't
people
been that
sent to
long.
guard them.
Yeah, do remember
and
that
keep
you
them
are
company.
you are planning on meeting up with the main host of your army coming up. You've
Yeah,
gone
it's not.
this way to
We're not
ambush
abandoning them.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
All right.
Assuming we can find the door that goes back to the mountain.
You assuming that this place even works that way in the first place. All right. Either way, everybody, I hope that you're all ready for another exciting campaign of Pathfinder. It's Blood on the Rocks, Undyne!
It's gonna be a spicy episode, everybody. Not in a saucy way, just in a painful, suffering way. Anyway,
Aw,
no,
damn it.
not even just that. It's gonna be chaotic. Valentin shot me in the fucking gut because Valentin is a fucking slut. We had a Mirror Man puzzle that we had to do, and so I got shot too. He shot me in the stomach because there was an illusion that was in front of me that made it look like he lied, but it was me lying, I guess, because there was an illusion that we didn't have a check to figure out. So I got shot in the stomach by a slut because River is a fucking little maniacal, but I got shot in the stomach. We got the same milk room. I can't rhyme with that word because that word is fucking dumb.
Can I just say for clarification, because I feel like it's a very important distinction. It was definitely not a cum shot in the stomach.
I wish it was. That would have hurt less.
Get 2 cum shots in the stomach.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Behave, table. Let's get the recap out of the way before we get slutty. Also, I
Sorry,
like how
I
Undyne's
heard the exciting
recap...
word and I couldn't help myself.
Undyne's
I mean,
recap this session...
I'm not the one that said I shot her because I was a slut.
Undyne's
I
recap
did.
this session was only focused on the last hour in which she got shot. Nothing that
trauma,
led
Rebecca.
up to.
Yeah. Riley, I'm gonna
Nothing that led
kiss
up
you
to-
on the fucking mouth. It's called
Dude,
trauma, River. You wouldn't understand.
oh my god. All right.
I love you, Valentin, by the way.
This table
You're
is
my slut, okay?
gonna be this unruly tonight, huh? All right. Valentin, give me a proper recap.
What? I thought that was a proper
Valentin
recap.
has a chance to do the
What-
It
funny
only
thing.
went
what-
over.
what-
It
what-
didn't go over any of the context for any of the session. She's
Oh,
talking
we were
about
in a
how
we
she
were
got
in a
shot.
magical. Okay, so we were trying to escape the warehouse, and we were encountering a bunch of shit that basically did like wild magic to the rest of the party. There were bookshelves that were arranged in a maze that inevitably got knocked over and started to rearrange themselves, and thus like created cataclysmic effects when they tried to rearrange themselves on the knocked over shit. And it's essentially like not to pull from this lore and universe because fuck J.K. Rowling, but it's like the room that has all the stuff in it. The what is it called? Help, huh? The one that has the tiara in it too. It had a room of a bunch of forgotten and like left behind magical artifacts that did a bunch of weird shit. People turned into otters and then not into otters. There was almost a fiasco with a love bomb potion that I really wanted to use but couldn't because the action economy didn't allow me to fall in love with Riley as an otter, which I really wanted to have happen because that would have been very fun to roleplay. There were a bunch of things that were falling and crashing, and the entire time we were chasing the simulacrum. Simulacrum? Help.
Simulacrum.
Smokrum.
I don't like that word. We were chasing the Mirror Man asshat McSnow guy through the maze, and over the maze, and there was this whole fiasco where we were trying to get to them. We then trapped them, but there was still like magic fuckery going on. And then we encountered a little puzzle that didn't have any kind of spell checks, which I really
She's still pissed about that.
DCs. Yes, because there are DCs for illusions usually. There's a chance for somebody to acknowledge it as real or fake. Usually, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter for my stomach and my HP, but the Mirror Man disguised himself as the rest of the party and tried to get himself intentionally shot at by saying the wrong thing, but projected an image of himself on top of the other party member, so it looked like they were the one who was lying. And that happened to the Mirror Man and Valentin first, I think. And then we pulled them apart, and then the Mirror Man made himself look like me because I grappled him and pulled him away.
No, he made himself look like you.
That's what I said. And then Valentin
No, she was right.
heard
He
a
started
clever...
looking like Valentin first, and then I tried to restrain them, and then Valentin attacked me.
Yeah, and then he started looking like you.
Yeah, but Sly also talked about stabbing both of them in the stomach, so that's a good thing to note. We were pulling them apart. It started looking like the character you, which is myself. And then Valentin heard the Mirror Man intentionally say something incorrectly and then shot me in the stomach on accident because they had no way of knowing because there wasn't a spell check or a DC or anything.
Man,
anyway,
maybe someone should have tried actively piercing the illusion by rolling an active perception or something.
I did pierce the illusion with a bullet.
You didn't pierce. Okay. And then once we figured out who the Mirrored Man was,
one thing, but it wasn't.
They tied us both up and pulled us out of the fog, and then we discovered Simulacrum. Tried to figure out what the appropriate thing to do was because it's not like a normal Simulacrum. It's not a normal frosty snowman, and we had to figure out what the safest way to handle them without opening ourselves up to even more, I don't know, bad shit would be. And inevitably we decided to leave them in a storeroom and then come back to get them with the main host, or at least that's what my character decided to do.
The last vestiges.
I also told them my name. That was fun. That was a thing. I didn't say anything else. The last what?
It's funny when we do this to Valentin. It's not funny when we do it to me.
Okay, yeah, but you realize that there's a Discord delay, so like I'm actively not hearing you.
I don't know, I'm teasing. The last vestiges of the magical energy crackling through the warehouse begin to fade away. Those of you with a bit of sensitivity to magic, the hairs on the back of your neck stop standing up as if they had been shocked. In the room, despite having a strange... Did you just take a picture?
Maybe.
Val, what the fuck?
What did you take a picture of?
Where?
If
the crime scene.
Yeah. The chalk outline on the ground.
Would you like to know?
I was gonna see something, but then I realized it probably wasn't.
I'm certainly not sending it to you. That's what it is.
Unless the character you is who you're never mind. Anyway, okay.
Sorry, that
Oh, yeah,
hearing
I
the
would send it to you.
snapshot sound. Hearing that sound just threw me off. Where was I? Sorry, my narration.
You threw off
I'm
his
happy
groove.
to offer such chaos.
Apart from a strange smell of tangerine throughout the room, as well as the occasional escaping spirit out the wall yelling, "I'm free!" The room falls quiet,
Oh, yeah,
returning.
There was also a cursed teddy bear.
There was. I wonder if you'll... I wonder-
toy.
Yeah, we'll see. It's not in this room, though. It's in the control room. Sorry, interrupted again, thrown off. Where was I? Right. Aside from the one effect that hasn't quite gone away yet, which is that Sly is an entire bright pink. Like hot e-girl pink color right now.
I bet you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Anything you really like.
Wait, hang on. I have the perfect reactive
You
for that,
guys
too.
have been burying the Mirror Man underneath piles of bookcases because there is no actual storeroom, separate room off that you found yet. So I believe the plan was just bury him underneath bookcases and heavy things.
Right.
Yeah, that's the plan so far.
He can't regain HP and spell slots, so he's at like 1 HP or something.
You guys, he begs and pleads with you the entire time. No, I'm telling you, I'm a sentient being. I'm not like the guy who made me. Please, I can help you. Don't do this. I don't want to be trapped alone in the dark. But you ignore his cries.
I like the match again.
You ignore his cries. You ignore his pleas as you bury him under a mountain of heavy things. The factory, the warehouse, and the area that you're in falls quiet, apart from your consciences.
What?
Okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting how
that's
willing this party is to do war crimes constantly. Please, carry on with whatever it is that you'd like to
That's
do.
not-
Yeah, I wanted to kill him.
There's
Yeah,
junk-
we're coming up with the safest thing for us for the time being, and the most logical thing to also like keep us alive, because we don't want to. It's not about causing long-term harm to this thing, because we don't fully know what's going on with this simulacrum. Thank you for spelling it out as well. It actually made it a lot easier for me to picture out how to pronounce.
I wanted to keep him on the leash, like put a collar on him, keep it as a pet.
That's kinky.
That
It would have
is
been
really
fun
kinky.
to see his reaction, but
Despite the mountain of rubble you've buried the
Ooh,
Mirror
especially
Man
if we-
other,
Ooh.
there continues to be a lot of rubbish and crap all over the floor from the destroyed multiple magic items.
There's a part of me
I was
that
just gonna
feels
say, if
kind
we
of
did
bad
have him on a
for.
leash, imagine if we ran into the original and he just he saw us with his simulacrum on a leash.
He's so
I
yeah.
mean,
like-
can you imagine the psychological warfare we would do against him? We've turned him into a pet.
we're not really giving
our.
ourselves a very strong argument for not being like, awful war criminals.
Were we trying to argue that we're not war criminals? I'm sorry. I'll try. No,
Okay, no, we obviously know that you've
You
already
deserved it.
committed a lot of things against the Geneva Convention, probably at this point. But there's
It's a
something to be
Geneva
said for personal
suggestion.
growth.
Oh, okay. So now that now that things are calming down, I think you said last time, River, that basically none of the items here are useful. Like searching through this whole warehouse wouldn't turn us up anything.
Damn.
Or
It might.
That's one
It-
nice cock.
did you not say that?
It might. It is going to take a hell of a lot of time. Most of the stuff here is very clearly now broken or shattered or damaged. You could
A lot of it also was cursed, wasn't it?
that is another warning. Yes, a lot of shit may in fact have been cursed. As a reminder, it wasn't only like magical items and artifacts, it was also strange inventions, weird alchemical potions, and so much more just junk that was in this room, with no actual knowledge of if any of it was useful in the first place or not. It created some wacky, weird shit. you might be able to find some stuff that is magic and still works, but there's no guarantee it won't be horribly cursed.
I mean, let's be honest. There's
Yeah,
probably an
or
Excel
just-
spreadsheet somewhere here that we can just do a Control F and just search magic item not cursed and then get, just the entire catalog. We haven't
Well, if you
really
figure out how to do
explored
that.
the control room yet, so
I think my first concern is how can we get out of here? We don't want to be here, right? We want to head back to the mountain where we were.
I mean,
I remember someone closed all the doors.
what was what was the original plan?
Would you like
We
a
were-
description of the exits and entrances to the room? Sorry to cut you off, Undyne. I'll take the silence as a yes, please.
Yes,
we
please.
would like that.
Yes, please. Yes,
Currently, there is the large door to the control room. There is the door leading back to the factory, although you don't know, if that door actually leads back to the factory or not. And then there is a side room that you haven't gone through yet, actually.
Okay. So, your question, was what we were doing. I believe we were attempting to, when we were going into the mountain, or was that directed at me, or was that a meta question?
That was at everybody, because look, our original plan
Okay.
clearly has been disrupted. But what
Well,
would
there's no
we
reason
like
it can't
to do?
continue. Because we need to. I mean, are the troops that we are leading not counting on us to set up the ambush on? That plan still goes through, yes. We just need to make our way back and then continue through the mountain, as we had originally planned. This is but a diversion, no? I will take that silence as not a good sign. We are still trying to get back to the mountain, yeah? We're still trying to help our troops?
I thought so, but we've been a bit delayed, haven't we? Or perhaps caused a bit more of a commotion than we thought we would.
I'm confused how that changes our objective.
From my understanding, yes, the
Are
original
you
plan
suggesting
was
we
to.
abandon our mission?
No, I'm just no, I am merely pointing out that there are additional things we might need to consider.
Fair enough.
Capturing
Let's,
the
um,
Do you have
Sinelcrillum might have put a giant red flag on our foreheads as we're heading in, so to speak.
Uh,
I mean, we're dragging a whole army behind us. It's not like we're
If-
sneaking into this place.
if anything, I think putting a stop to this simulacrum is what is actually. It was a priority at the time because we were unsure about its capabilities of warding everyone else. Having taken care of that problem, we can now move back to our original plan, which was link back up with our army. Our main issue at the current time, and I just look around the room, because I distinctly remember us basically asking the control room to close all exits, so there's no exits at the moment.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm not very smart, but I'm sure someone here is smart enough to figure out the controls and open up a door for us. Can't be that difficult, right?
Hey, control room, open up an exit into the factory.
The silence is deafening after your voice finishes echoing through the large, empty chamber.
Sandra will kind of like. Are we close to a door? I should like walk up to the door. So.
Which door? Control room door? The door that you had entered the warehouse
To
in?
the factory. The door we entered through.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the door we entered through.
You walk up to that door.
And she'll try pulling it open. Does it open?
Yeah, it opens. Same hallway as the one with the wind door that blew you back down it.
Cool. Then she'll like look to Valentin and shrug. I guess that works. At least we now know we can get out of here. If you still want to explore the rest of this warehouse, suggest we do it quickly.
No,
I
it'll
don't think
be
we have
for
time to
when...
search through everything, but we could at least. Well, we could at least send. Maybe we can send some troops back this way to clear it
I'm
out
pretty
for us
sure that
to deal with this.
once we link back up with our troops, I think this will be a good first forward base inside the mountain. So they'll have more than enough time to go through and catalog things once we after we start exploring the rest of the tunnel, I think.
I will remind you that, well, your troops are swarthy mercenaries and desperate refugees. Nobody in your forces, apart from maybe Butler, would have any knowledge of magical items or artifacts that would, exceed your own.
Yeah, but
that would be a
they're
problem
enough
because they would
people.
start picking up things and getting cursed, and that would be.
That's true.
I don't think we should send them in here. We don't want them getting cursed, and God knows what else happening.
Well, at the very least, they can set
So
up a perimeter
perhaps we
so
don't
that no one
send
else
them
can
this
go
way.
inside. Well,
We
the
need
rest of the
somebody to
town
check
is what
back
I'm
in on
talking
the
about.
on the simulacrum eventually as well. So they're gonna have to come back this way regardless, at some point.
Right. We're just saying, let's put up a forward base, probably inside the town, disarm traps, while the rest of us go further inside the mountain to keep scouting, is what I think the current plan is. So for now, let's try to find a way to link back up with our troops, and then we'll move from there. Any objections?
Not for me.
Any agreements?
I almost said not for me.
No, that sounds like a fine plan to
I
me.
almost said no
Oh
again.
boy!
All right. Is there anything we should do before we head out? Do you want to make sure we check that room over on the side?
I mean, probably.
Works for me.
Let's check it out just to see that there's no.
So, like, it doesn't
person
explode while we
hiding.
bring all the people in here. Or, like, around the building.
Sure. You guys head over to that side door, and you open it up. You go through. On the other side, all hanging from the ceiling, from that apparatus where they were, kind of moving around during the shifting of the warehouse, are hundreds, if not thousands, of doors with signs labeled on them. The exit door that the Mirror Man was so desperately trying to get to.
bro.
Thank you so much for the
Reflex sign on,
sub,
just add it to the
Reflex.
music.
Oh no, it's Monster
Let's
Sing.
go.
That puts us,
I was literally about
Reflex.
to say.
That puts us at what are we at? 332 subs now. 18 away from our next goal of prank calling the government at 350. Right.
You think if we find the right door, we can open it up and find a big fuckable monster in there?
Well, find
Well-
a weird sleepy crocodile.
The doors all have various labels. None of them actually seem, helpful at a glance. There's door to the fire realm, for instance. Door to the water realm.
That sounds cool.
Door to the first realm, door to the afterlife, door to buck naked, big-breasted,
Hold
beautiful
up,
women.
hold up.
That one
Hold
has
up.
a
Yo,
wait,
get that door down here. Let's go.
that one has
Yo.
that one has an out of order sign hung on the doorknob.
You can't just wait. You're telling me there's an actual afterlife, but it's right there through that door.
It would take quite some time to catalog all the various doors. Some of them also, like the door to the Wind Realm, which you guys opened up, or had opened up on you. The sub badges are super cool. Oh, thank you so much. I also have bit badges. That's why Valtria's got a sword by hers, and the swords get cooler the more bits that you've done. The lowest one is the wooden sword, and that one I've titled the Valentin Blade. That is at a 100 biddies.
I got a wooden sword. Morning wood.
Sorry,
Could you
hold
name
on.
one after me?
If my model's doing anything weird, Pixel has demanded that I pick her up and cuddle her. So I'm like holding on to her right now. I don't know if I did or not. I actually forget. I think I mostly named them after campaigns, and then I named one after Valentin, one after Eldritch, and one after Prepper Jack, since those two are my two biggest bit gifters. The one that you've got, if you hover over Valtria, is the Iron Stand. Named for Last Stand. Regardless, it would take some time to catalog all of these doors, and no doubt some of them are likely as dangerous as the other things that you've seen in here. However, it looks like there's a door for just about anything hung up, meaning that if there's a particular door that you wanted to look for, you might be able to find a label that matches.
Is there one leading to Monster Sink? Very important question.
There is one that says just says monsters on it. Not ink, but there is just a door with the label monsters.
It's the one that says monster fuckers.
Oh my god, this is.
They
Let's
made a corporation, perhaps.
Can before we go into any of these
all the
rooms,
people
will one
that
of you
I
at
figured
least
that would be
check?
into this.
I know, but we're just getting so distracted. Oh god, I can't even remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you got excited.
We've gotta make sure that we at least check to make sure we're not going to trigger something else. I'd prefer to not be an otter again. Yes.
No. If we have infinite amount of time, we have time to check these doors. But for now, we should keep our
Let's just close
eyes
this
on the
door
mission.
and leave and pretend it doesn't exist for the next 12 years.
The party might be dehydrated. They all seem to be thirsty. Yeah, this is my my horny my horny Pathfinder group. None of my other groups are this salacious.
Well, you shouldn't have brought 2 goblins.
I've only got one goblin right now. The other goblin hasn't been seen for quite some time.
Hey now, I may not be a goblin, but I have a goblin personality, and IRL I am a short stock goblin woman, so I think that we're fine. We've got.
I might
plenty
not
of
be a
cover.
goblin, but I'll gobble on that dick. Wait,
Yeah, I knew that was coming,
I'm just gonna.
and so am I.
Hey, you or whichever name you prefer to go by. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Could you just open up your backpack to make sure that the other goblin hasn't starved to death?
I open my satchel and see Podge soundly sleeping, holding a teapot at the bottom of the bag. I don't know where she got that teapot from, but yeah,
she's actually had that teapot the entire time. That's her familiar.
I know. I don't remember it being in my satchel.
Don't gotta call her out like that, man.
Okay, well, so at least the other goblin is still alive.
Well, so is this a dead end then? For now?
Yes.
It's probably a good idea.
Well,
for us to
it's
ignore
less of a
this.
dead end than just an infinite end, and we don't
That's
have that
effectively
much
the same thing for us right now.
time.
All right, well,
I wistfully look over at the door that just says "Door to Afterlife," and then I turn around.
I'm also like wistfully looking at the door that said the big titty women, and I'm just like patting you on the back and like, we'll come back next Sunday.
That one door that says the Intellectuals Club. Ah, if only.
With no longer any urgency, the prior traps and issues that were all around the factory are now expertly navigated, with likely Zandra shooting a glare at the chair that kidnapped her at one point. As you guys all
nearly killed me.
It nearly did. Well, to be fair, it wasn't the chair's fault. That was someone who spawned a tree directly in its tracks.
Well, you make it sound like the tree wasn't on its way to kill me before the tree showed up.
That is true. Regardless, you all...
It made like a tree and leafed.
You all exit the facility, and as you're coming out, Valentin and Valtria, you hear in your minds, Commanders, this is Butler. We are all set to begin our attack. Just waiting on your signal.
We need to make haste then.
Fuck. We should probably send it because we can reply to that message, right?
You can,
Because
yes.
originally we had them like communicate with us every 8 hours or something.
Yes.
So what we should do is probably just send a quick message back about hold your position, contact us again in X amount of hours. Is that a good plan?
What about instead of X amount of hours, contact us if they start if a fight happens or something like. Let's
Hearing
say
no response
that,
yet.
because they're positioned to start.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Butler
I'm
immediately
talking just to Valentin.
Butler immediately answers you again as you guys are talking and haven't sent a response back. Commanders, in case you are unable to answer at the moment, I will appraise you of the situation. Currently, the entire army is stationed just at the base of the mountain. Thanks to Captain Happy's efforts, we do not believe that the enemy has spotted us or that our position has been given away yet. We are safe. We are prepared to march on your command. If you are unable to respond to this message, sending any signal within the mountain will signal our assault. We believe that we outnumber the enemy forces, and that they are mostly comprised of... We're unable to tell at this range whether or not they are dwarves, or one of the many inhabitants of the Underdark yet.
There are just 2 quick things that I want to bring up. If we send them back, contact us if anything happens, then it's still going to be a long time, and we have no way of communicating back. But if all they want us to do is to send some sort of signal throughout the mountain, and that'll start their attack, then we can at least, send a message about next big boom will be the signal or something like it. Either way, they should probably just hold for now and wait for another signal.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, I send that quick message back. And I also thank him for his service.
No thanks is needed, Commander. I am your butler after all. Over and out.
I love you. No, I won't say that.
I love you.
At ease. Anyway, so let's make haste regardless.
Agreed.
So
We need to get set up.
you are
do we
planning
have any
on
idea how far we are from?
That was actually going to be my next question. You all know the general area that the army is trying to enter the mountain from. With all the twists and turns in your climb, though, as Butler told you, he didn't entirely know where it was going to outlet you in Victory Peak. Forewarned is the name of the outpost that you're going to. Victory Peak is the name of the ghost town you are currently in. There are no maps that are accurate to the Underdark anymore, meaning that, the Darklands, as well as the remainder of Kadron anymore. And as such, you guys are going to need to find your own way from here to Forewarned now. Meaning, if you're ready to leave Victory Peak, it's time to start a traveling montage. Firstly, you're
All right.
probably going to want to take a nap, because I believe most of you are quite banged up and have used a lot
Indeed.
of your abilities. So, it is okay to do so. Your army is in position and haven't been spotted. That is unlikely to change in 8 hours. I'd recommend, as your DM, getting some rest before marching forth. Thankfully,
All right, I'm about that. We're taking a long rest?
although Victory Peak has definitely been, abandoned and turned into a ghost town, the various inns in it, as well as the houses, are still mostly functional. And a quick exploration turns up that the inhabitants here had enough rations and food that you're able to pilfer that you won't be using any of your personal stock. There's also more than enough comfortable sleeping space and plenty of space for you guys to either spend it in close proximity or to spread out throughout the town. There's also a lot of really great places to keep watch throughout the entire town, and you find yourselves lucky that the enemy were not doing so here, and that you used a secret entrance. This town would have been a lot harder to attack had you come down, the Darkland roads.
I guess a bit of luck on our side. Hopefully it'll continue to remain.
Only time will
sneeze.
tell, I guess.
So, as you guys are settling in, you're, setting up your camp, gathering the supplies, getting, generally comfy. One of you should probably take the lead and designate watch orders for everybody. And then we'll move to some roleplay stuff so you guys can chat a little bit before heading out.
See.
I will also remind that
Can we remove Podge from the watch order, or is she just? Can we just?
she'll just be at
She's
watch
on
0.
watch order.
She'll be at watch order 0.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sounds good.
the last thing that I had wanted to mention as well, just out of character, is that was your first battle. Apart from Valentin and
group,
Zandra, that was your guys' first fight as a group. You might want to talk and discuss about that.
Not
No, it's not.
Our first fight as a group was the fungus.
Not really.
Yeah, we fought the blue crystal fungus thing.
Yeah, we fought the fungoids, and then we fought the dwarvy dudes, and we fought the weird
This is
man.
actually like our fourth fight.
Yeah, but it's your first battle, not fight. Your first battle. All those fights made up the total of the battle, and now you're finally getting a chance to rest after all those fights and to actually chat.
So our first day of
Yeah, it's
adventure.
our first long rest. Censored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't use synonyms. I'm autistic.
Sorry. But yeah, get some chatting going on, and talk about your watch order. Whatever watch order you decide here, I'm going to assume is the same order until I am told otherwise.
Is there anyone
Okay.
that would like to take charge of watch orders? Perhaps Sly, you're a scout. You might have a good idea of preparing a watch order.
Where's the watch order?
That sounds like a commander's job.
If you open up party sheet on the top right under tools,
Oh,
and then on the right side of that tab that opens, there'll be a. Got it. Cool. Sounds like a
You're
commander's job.
right.
That
You're
sounds
right,
like
Sly.
Slacker's words.
You're right, Sly, but also it is part of a commander's job to delegate to whoever's the best at a certain position. I was merely asking you if you felt comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable with it, we'll look to someone else. Very well.
I'm
The
a
quiet
little distraught from being
scouts-
shot in the stomach today, so you'll have to forgive me. It's not. I'm not trying to be petty about it. It was just really weird, and I.
Is this your first
you-
time in battle?
Do you prefer you, or do you prefer your real name?
That's a good question. I don't. It's not that I prefer you. It's just that I prefer being something more than what I feel like I am most of the time. I don't know how to explain it. It's complicated.
You get to choose your own identity once you've decided on what you wish to go by, and then you can let us know. For now, you.
It's been confusing, so you can just call me Burya now.
Mm,
I'm sorry.
Buria,
Buria.
I am
Oh,
truly
goodness.
sorry.
I know, it's
I thought in my carelessness that there was a type of double bluff going on, and so I made the wrong judgment, and you got hurt. And that is my fault, and I am sorry.
I've been in situations myself where I've done that, and it's never easy. I do appreciate you for apologizing, though, even though I acknowledge that it is not your fault.
Oh, it's
thank you.
slightly my fault. I could have probably tried to piece a couple of things together for a longer period of time, but
You probably also could have done something besides jumping straight to shooting. But, you know, it was effective.
It's 2020. Hindsight is a difficult thing to cope with, and we have plenty of other things that we can do and focus on instead of this. So let's do them. And Buria gets up and starts like doing that thing that people do when they're anxious and fuss with very small things, dropping
that don't need
materials that she's trying to set stuff up, and like just clearly very anxious.
Very well. There are 6 of us capable of taking watches at the moment.
And we need what,
I would like it.
4 watches?
I would like it. How do long rests work in Pathfinder?
They get shorter the amount of people you have, for the most part. At least, like,
Okay, so
resting-wise.
what does that mean? It means,
Less time required, or
Like
Because
watches
there's
and
6
stuff like
of
that.
us,
We have
we'd
6
take-
people, yeah. Like, because like watches and rest, it would usually like take if there was 2 people, you need 8 hours for each person to rest. But since there's 6 of us, it would only take like 9 hours for us all to collectively watch stuff and rest, be able to all sleep 8
I
hours
think
or
it would
whatever.
be, yeah, a little over 9 hours, right? Because 8 out. We all need 8 hours, but you know somebody needs to be up for part of it. So 8 divided by 6. That's like what 1.
I believe Pathfinder actually came out with a
1 1/3?
watch order calculator.
Oh yeah, there's a
Oh.
chart for it. I found the link to it.
Yes. I believe
Sick.
I'm trying to find it as well for myself right now. If you actually have it,
In the Blood on the Sands chat.
oh, you're the best.
man, Phoebe, you're a beast.
Well,
It's at the
I
bottom,
remembered
so-
it. I remembered it and was looking for it actively.
Yeah, but Phoebe was quicker, so Phoebe's a beast, and you're kind of just
You're Beast Boy.
yeast.
Well,
Alright.
with 6 of
You're
you,
alright.
you need to take a total of 9 hours and 36-minute rest. Each watch being 1 hour and 36 minutes. We'll just round those down to 1 hour and 30 minutes apiece.
Sounds good.
Right.
I can take
So,
first watch. I'm in pretty decent shape.
Yes. As for Sam, how are you doing?
I've seen better days.
Sly, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Oasis, how are you doing?
I'm perfectly good. Do you require more healing?
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that, by my calculations, then Sam, Buria, and me are pretty hurt still. So any type of aid would
Before
probably
we
be
do
preferable.
Before we do go to rest, it would probably be smart to expend any healing spells to get those of us that are injured topped off as best we can before going to bed?
I can just heal anybody up to full health except for Sam for the most part, given
It's a
like an hour.
cantrip for you?
I can use it once every 10 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah, no. Oasis is busted, and I'll let you know.
Cantrip
I'll be
healing is disgusting.
Yeah. I will be playing as a guest in a Pathfinder 2e game coming up, and not as River, but as my pug. My pug character.
Yes!
Who is a kineticist.
Yeah, I love that race.
Who is a kineticist. Who is a kineticist. Hold on.
Let
me finish.
You thought you meant guessing pick up.
Is he gonna heal people by licking them?
No,
Please tell me.
by drooling. He's a kineticist that is water spec.
Good.
That is water spec, and all his water magic is gonna come from his drool.
And so, anyway,
Thank you very much,
Fucking
Phoebe, for helping me build that character, by the way.
there's a lot of classes that do have some healing. I too have some healing that would take at least 10 minutes before I can use it again.
Yeah. Me, Varia, and Valentin could just heal everybody a whole lot.
I've got
Whenever you
lay on
feel like
hands,
it.
but I don't know how much more I have.
You can
If
recharge it
I'm
once every 10
lucky-
minutes.
All right.
If I'm lucky, I can even use mine several times in the same 10 minutes, depending on if I can make my DC 17 flat check. I think.
Doesn't it
Either
use
way.
ammunition, and you also have to, like, a failure could harm you? There's also, treat wounds rolls.
It
The
doesn't
reason
use-
that
it
we're
doesn't-
talking
it doesn't
about...
u- it doesn't use ammunition.
Oh, good. The reason that we're talking about all this right now, too, is because, remember, you do not heal up to full after a long rest in Pathfinder. You heal your Constitution modifier.
Times your level.
Minimum
your
of
level.
1.
I was gonna
Minimum of
say,
one.
it was like it's not just that.
I know this because I had to look it up for my 0 Constitution character. There's a minimum of 1 at least, so you would at least regain consciousness.
So we'd heal minimum 5. Minimum
Yes.
5, because we're all level 5 right now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
If you
That
have a
also
2
means,
Constitution,
As a
you
note,
heal a bit more.
statistically, no, sorry, Valtteri, that would still be a minimum 1. So you
Yeah, 'cause
heal
if you have
1,
like a
not
minus
5.
constitution from an elf, you'd have -1 times your level.
Yeah,
Just take damage.
So
it's
you
a
just only
minimum
heal
of 1. So if you had a 0 con mod,
What?
it is you heal 1, you don't heal 5, because it's times your level, not plus.
Right, so you would need to have
Yeah.
at least a
Yeah, a
+1
minimum
Constitution
1.
modifier.
Minimum 1 modifier times
No,
5
no.
is 5.
Valttria,
1 times
No.
5 is 5.
it is a minimum
Yes,
1
for
hit
you.
point heal, not a minimum 1 con modifier.
No. Everyone's misunderstanding each other. If you have a 1 Constitution, you would heal 5 because it's 1 times your level, which is 5.
Yes, and I
Yes.
understood where
We're just-
Valttria went wrong. Valttria, if you have a 0 con mod, it's a minimum of 1 that you heal, not a minimum of 1 times 5.
Oh, okay.
So if you got a 0
Well, that
con
sucks.
mod,
You heal 1 HP. That's
yeah.
not...
Well,
So
if you only have a 0.
Rip.
if you have a 0, it's
But that's-
0
but
times
that's
5
why-
minimum 1 heal.
But that's why you have so many classes that have some sort of healing ability, or you can do, medicine check to heal every once in a while. So there's other ways to heal. It's just someone needs to actually
Yeah.
do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I got you.
anyway, let's before we start resting, let's try to top each other off with it, whatever heals we can.
All right, I'll
I
just
mean,
cover you all in water and
If
feed you food.
I was just gonna say if all it does is all it takes is you throw in some water on us, Oasis and I could, or I could take the first watch and Oasis could spend the first part of the watch with me, just healing people while everyone's resting.
Yeah,
Because you said it would take up to about an hour.
Yeah, probably. Because I can only do it once on like someone per 10 minutes, so I can splash everyone in like a second, but I had to wait 10 minutes for them to be affected again.
Gotcha. Okay, so first
I'm
watch
just-
me and
I'm
Me and
just
Oasis?
gonna use my ability on myself to begin with, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I guess.
Cool. River, how do I change the order? Even just for myself, I can't seem to adjust the number or anything.
Your HP don't
The watch
touch.
order?
Your watch order? You tell me, and then I
No,
put it in.
watch order. So, do you want to put me in Oasis's watch 1?
Sure. And
Who wants watch 2?
I'll take it.
All right, now I know some of you are shy, but you got to speak up. Come on.
I can.
I said I'd take
We
it.
got watch orders that need to be.
I can take one of the first
Okay.
few watches. That's fine.
No, you should wait for the fourth watch. Oasis, Sly, and Zandra can take the first 3 watches.
There's only. I guess we do have 6 watches. Is that the idea? Is that we all take a different watch? Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool. So I'll go first, and then I guess that makes Oasis second, Sly third.
Yeah, I think that's how.
I'll take that as a yes.
So Sly
Cool.
third. Who's
And
second?
then
me second.
Oasis.
Okay. That is 1.53, 4.5. That is half of the time needed so far. A little bit less than that.
I'm still figuring out my my heal because apparently it's not on here, so I need to put it in later. Let's see. And every 2
Are you
minutes,
sure that
so
the
it's-
lay on hands charges? I don't think that my focus spell.
If you
Returns
spend
every-
10 minutes to refocus, and then it'll give you your focus. back.
Okay, okay.
3d10.
So it's like a ritual
Okay.
thing almost.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's
Thank
just
you.
like once per combat type abilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heal myself for 11 and then I go to bed.
Man explodes himself.
Yeah, I just. Oh, I need to do my DC, my flat check. Well, it doesn't recharge for another 10 minutes, so I guess go to bed.
Who? It looks like Valentin and Sam. I can't heal Sam. It looks like
we can heal
Valentin's
him.
the most damaged then.
I healed myself.
So is Sam just fucked?
Yeah, I don't know what to do
Wait,
about
yeah.
Sam.
That is the price you pay when you play an undead character.
Yeah.
Pathfinder.
No, I heal from resting, but I don't heal the full, which is something I did not know at the time of creating the character.
I tried to tell you.
Do you remember when Sam
that
also
is
didn't know
fine.
how the dying rules worked and then nearly killed Valentin? Oh, you'll
That
be
would've
fine,
been- Okay, we're all
Valentin.
learning.
Nat 20 to survive.
Yeah, but I'm gonna heal Valentin, with my lay on hands, and then I'm gonna spend 10 minutes to focus.
I believe you guys can treat wounds him, can't you?
I could.
Like,
That's what we did on my watch. I was
it's
gonna,
only
patch everybody
it's
up.
only magical healing. Anything that's positive energy spec that damages him. But treat wounds
You
and
need a
Valentin.
specific skill feat because he's not alive.
Oh, really?
Treat
Pathfinder gets
wounds-
good,
So-
baby.
Because
In
treat wounds
essence-
requires a living target.
I think Valentin. Does your cauterize special? What does your cauterize say? Because that's the ability that
Does it
you'd
have
be
a
using,
vitality
right?
effect?
Basically, it can't have the positive trait, and it has to be at a target non-living.
Okay, let me see what mine says.
Searing
It
restoration.
says-
Here it is.
It says
Wait,
fire,
so
healing,
could
inventor,
mending work
manipulate,
on you?
unstable.
Let me just check.
Could we
Read this real
mend
quick.
you?
Yeah. So it doesn't have the right trait, but it does say a living creature, meaning it won't help him.
Yeah.
Need to find me some oils of unlife.
Yeah. You might want to take some self-healing stuff, Sam.
I've got to unlock spells. I'm not sure what spells on my spells that you heal me. I'm going to have to check it out.
You're going to be
Ha-
at
the
half
harm
health for
spell.
quite some
I
time.
healed
Yeah.
too much. I healed myself too much. So, oh no, you laid on hands me. That's why I healed so much. I'm fast asleep by the time you lay on hands me.
Just pat him on the back, like rub his back, like nani nani nani.
So if you have the medicine skill, could you not? Can anyone? I don't know how medicine works in second edition. Can you just heal yourself for hit points?
Yeah, if you're trained in
How does
medicine
it
and have a
work?
healer's tools,
Yep.
you spend 10 minutes to heal depending on which type of like proficiency you have in the skill.
Yep. And it can be used on someone else too.
Mm.
It's actually a travel action as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
have,
just once you are healed by it, you're immune for an hour.
Yeah. Oh, it's even if you fail the check, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
So I've got 1, 2, 3 on the watch order so far. Who's on 4th?
Oh, right. I'll take 4th because I'm
5th?
doing pretty well right now.
By my
I
count,
can
that
take
puts you up to
last
6.
would probably be the best.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam should be last. At least you have
So
some
that he
cons.
gets his rest.
So let's see.
Yeah.
1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5,
Oh, so Sam will heal at least.
9. That'll do.
I heal 20.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, I was
6
gonna say you're gonna heal 20. That's pretty good.
for the 9.5 hours that your watch actually is. It is 6 of you each doing an hour and 36 minutes watch. Those 6 minutes do actually matter in the end to equal up to 9.5 hours.
Yep.
All right, your watch orders.
9 hours 36 minutes.
You're-
So go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry about healing or like anything like that yet, guys, because I haven't actually started saying that your long rest is starting yet. We're just all doing prep for it right now, meaning that I like to think that while you're talking and
Gotcha.
figuring out watch orders, Buria just reaches out and after focusing on their like focus for 10 minutes, just reaches out, slaps Valentin on the back, and he's fine and such like that. I'm going to now move into where you guys can roleplay healing each other. So Buria, if you want to make that an actual scene or something like that, with the watch orders set up. It comes time to, finish setting up your camp for the night, which is in and around the various buildings. You guys, like I said, can sleep all clustered up together or spread out. Someone has to gather and catch and supply everything for dinner with their scavenging. Who are you sending out to do that?
Me, I can grow fruit for free.
Well,
God
fruit isn't
damn, you're
only
busted.
a diet. Really, you are. Fruit isn't only the path to a healthy diet, meaning that you're
Okay,
still
cool.
going to want to scavenge some of the rations and such around the area. So, but if Oasis
Would
can
that be
do that well,
just a
growing
perception?
food. No, there's no
or
check.
Yeah, what
this
does that
is
use?
this is just roleplay. You're like setting up your camp and doing it.
Oh.
So I'm asking who's
sure.
prepping dinner, what are you making, and then setting the scene for you guys to all be, eating dinner around a table.
Are there any kinds of like fish or sea life in some of the water stuff that we've gotten past so far? Like, is there any like underground?
Like horrific cave
Or-
eels.
I don't know. Maybe.
Not in the area that you're in currently in
Yeah,
the town. There are some salted preserves though that look like they they could have been weird cave fish, yes. But there's not like, by now everybody's pet fish that they would have had, their goldfish, they're swimming upside down, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
So one of the commanders should probably pick someone to be in charge of tonight's dinner.
Is anyone here a good
I
chef?
have the forager skill.
Anyone here cook?
Oh.
You think you can forage some stuff here?
Probably.
He's a seasoned adventurer. I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, Sly, put in charge for dinner. You kind of head off as people are talking about healing and getting the healing all set up. Oasis, I'm guessing, helps out by growing some fruit in whatever weird way Oasis does it. What does it look like, Oasis?
It's because like she has a connection straight to like the plane of like wood, so it's like any type of plant life I could just kind of snap into existence. Like I could just make food appear in people's hands as long as it's like fruit.
Is that literally what ability is that?
Both my basic kinesis stuff, but also my fresh produce ability.
So you just have like 3 different ways of having fruit appear out of nowhere.
Like the fruit literally grows from nothing in their hand. It'll be like a seed, and then it'll just turn into fruit, and you're like, what the fuck?
All right. Well, describe that. Let's roleplay that a little bit. While Sly is out doing stuff, or you could go with him and just generate fruit for him.
I feel like that'd be like very like condescending if I was just like, I found a fruit for you right here, little buddy.
So are you not? Are
Where
you
did
not?
these come from?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having multiple
I feel like
multiple
that'd be
food
very
sources.
mean.
So are you not generating any fruit or anything tonight?
I mean, I can to heal. It's just like I'd feel really bad that he's going out to scout, and I'd be like, here's an entire pumpkin.
He comes back with some like dried, desiccated meat that's
So-
been like in a barrel for like.
Sly, you
years.
don't need it. You don't
And
need
you've got like this whole like feast of like fresh fruits and veggies.
It's even sadder if you imagine that Sly goes out to forage and then he comes back and there's just a feast waiting for him. And it's like, oh yeah, we got some stuff with magic while you were gone. Hope you didn't go into too much trouble.
So, Sly, you spend a few hours heading around the town, gathering up, whatever foodstuffs that are still, good. You feel really lucky. You find some spices. You find, little bits of dried meat that have been saved. The weird mushroomy stuff that the Underdark forces were eating. Things like that. And you come back and Oasis is looking weirdly at you.
I have a question quickly before.
I want to hear them roleplay first. Oasis and Sly.
It's like that thing from SpongeBob where SpongeBob's wiping on the table, Mr. Krabs and Squidward are like behind the door, and be like, "How do we tell him?"
She's just staring at you, Sly.
Can I help you?
Well, could I help you with food stuff?
I don't see why not.
All right, because like I don't want you wasting your time. It'd be really awkward.
I mean, gathering food and scouting the area is kind of my job, so it's having extra food is not a bad thing either. I can just go
Right.
scout while I'm gathering.
I mean that's cool too. I just don't want to step on any toes.
I know that I've had some weird shit happen today, but this is a really awkward conversation to be listening to. Are you both okay? I mean, more food is fine, and
Yeah,
fruit and
food's food.
other things will be helpful.
If we don't use it all, we can always just store it for later.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Sly, that said, you have no idea how Oasis intends to get food, because the fact that they can spontaneously, at will, with no cooldown, generate food is not known to you.
No, but if she has a way to get food, I'm not going to argue.
So you, after asking her, yeah, you can help me with food, stand there staring at her.
I mean, I just thought I was just coming back from getting food.
Yeah, you've got tons of it, so... What
Yeah.
is she
So
gonna
I'm
go...
going to start working on sorting it out while she does whatever she's doing.
Sly just walks away. He goes to begin sorting out today's meal, Oasis, leaving you and Buria standing there.
A man of few words.
I mean, he is practical.
So, Oasis, what do? How do you help him with food? He's walked off.
Just start piling up fruit.
Like what now? Yeah, come on, take the seat away. Go nuts with it.
All right, so have you ever watched Fairly Odd Parents?
Of course I have. It's a
was
fantastic
a-
show.
You remember that scene? It was one of the early seasons where like Timmy's parents became superheroes,
Yes?
and his dad could just shoot sausages out of his eyes.
Yes.
I just imagine it's just like my hands are so when it's like fruit's just like.
So, Sly, you're, beginning. You take out your trusty survival knife. You've got a bit of the dried meat pulled up. You think that what you'll do is you cook it a little bit. You'll add a bit of spices and some seasoning to it, and you're beginning to get out all your tools you're going to need to cook. And then all of a sudden, from beside you, you hear. And you look over, and what have you generated, Phoebe? Directly beside him that's beginning to pile up and spill over.
Just a bunch of different types of vegetables. I don't know what he's cooking, but like vegetables are good for food.
Huh.
What kind
The
of
balanced
vegetables?
diet is never a bad
so
thing.
just random stuff, so like corn, cabbages, like...
Yeah, I don't know what he wants.
I don't know what you can do.
Tell me what you generate with him having no idea. Because the
Just an
conversation
assortment of-
went
It's just an
nowhere.
assortment of vegetables.
Again, it's just random shit.
Like you go to a produce aisle of a store and you start throwing everything into the cart.
Piles up, spills over, and you're standing like ankle deep in squashes, cabbages, corns, and pumpkins.
Yeah. I
Cool.
turn to
I'll
Sam.
make a stew.
I turn to Sam and I go, I don't know if I've ever had durian with broccoli before.
I don't think I have either. And again, it's
To
been a
be
while
fair-
since I've eaten anything.
I was going to say, I don't know. Perhaps you were the wrong person to make this statement to.
Do you even remember like your pre undead lifetime where you ate food?
Zandra asks.
Not so much the eating, but I do have a few memories.
Okay. You'll have to tell me sometime. I'd be interested to learn. I very much do
They
care
mostly
about the
involve
afterlife.
killing.
Perhaps you can
Oh boy.
perhaps you can share some light on things I'm looking into.
I edge away from Sam.
Oh yeah, Sam, is your ghost out right now? Is it just chilling
It
like a
is-
stand behind you?
It is not. I have not
Okay.
summoned my
He at
idol
no
at all
point.
yet.
We've been through, as you guys put it, 4 combats. At no point has the summoner done any summoning. In fact, from your guys' perspective, Sam has just been a shitty spellcaster who's
he's-
done
he's-
who's done
He's a
one.
skeleton. I'm not gonna question a skeleton.
That's fair.
Fun fact though, if anyone that gets harmed, they can cast it as an AoE spell, hitting both me and my Eidolon, and I get double the healing.
Oh like okay.
Yeah, actually, the only thing Sam's done so far was supercharged one of the blue crystal guys,
That's it.
and then he
Well,
got
he
dunked in
he
a
blew
barrel
up
of beer.
A bunch of the
It
void.
did nearly kill me. I want to point
As,
out.
as everyone's getting like the table set for dinner, the conversation turns into Sam and his capabilities. Sam.
One question I did want to ask though, as an undead, I only need 4 hours to rest. So, do I
You
get the
could-
bonuses of a long rest healing if I
Yes,
do
if you only do the 4.
2 4-hour sessions?
No, you don't. You
okay.
can't sleep
No, there's
back
like a
to back.
Technically, I don't sleep at all.
You can't rest back to back to
You
back
can
like that.
hibernate.
He just hibernates until he's back at full HP.
You just wait until there's some random mindless undead, and then my true skills come out play.
Regardless, yeah, you
Rivers
guys.
proceeds not to put a single undead in front of you for
Yeah.
the rest of the campaign.
So, well, hilariously enough, those plant creatures were part undead. So, if they hadn't been controlled by a hive mind, he might have been able to do something with it. The thing is that that's the specification. They have to be uncontrolled undead.
Yes.
So, the Sly, tell us about the dinner that you've made and put in front of everybody. Fruits and vegetables were in no short order.
Durian and broccoli.
Although I believe that I'm reading fresh produce. What's the other ability that lets you just dump vegetables?
My base kinesis just lets me generate anything from like one of the planes I'm part of, so I can just generate water or like any type of plant matter from thin air.
Does it actually? Hold on. I'm gonna read
Yeah.
that. Carry on.
It's
I'm gonna
cool.
read it because that sounds fucking amazing. Carry on, though.
Yeah, I'll just take the dried meat and some of the vegetables and chop it up and turn it into a stew.
How do you
Sure.
fit durian in there?
Yeah, how do you fit
I
the
throw
durian
it at
in?
your face.
Valentin,
What?
you're just
It's fine.
eating. You're beginning to eat the stew, and you're like,
Maybe
whoa.
it's maybe
You're
it's like jackfruit and it's a meat substitute.
No, this actually sounds funny.
Durian is definitely not a meat substitute.
No,
This
I said
sounds
maybe
funny.
it could be
Valentin,
jackfruit instead.
You're
Sly.
just eating your stew, and you you make a comment, huh? I can't taste the durian, and then the durian just comes flying out and toasts you in the side of the face.
Have it for dessert.
Oh, it's so smelly.
Apparently, it's very delicious, though.
Well, yeah, I don't have much of a choice other than just eat it because it's all over my face now.
I mean, no.
Actually, probably be partially embedded because, you know, they're spiky fruits.
Hang on, let me take 1d6 damage, I guess.
Don't take any.
Yeah. It's not like I would actually, like, throw it with the intention of harm.
No, you said it was a spiked fruit. If it's spiky, it should hurt.
He did a grandma toss. It wasn't like a fastball special.
Wow,
I mean,
you're
spiky's
right.
kind of understatement. Here, I'll post
Yeah.
a picture for you.
Yeah, base kinesis impulse generate. You bring an ordinary non-magical piece of the chosen element from its elemental plane. This element can be used in any of its normal uses. For instance, air can be breathed, fire casts light and ignites, and I guess the wood plane does let you have fruit and food in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to double check that the wood plane lets you do more than just summoning, like, literal wood. But that seems correct to me for now, and it's funny, so I'll allow it. Regardless, does anybody have anything that they wanted to go over specifically for their meal or afterwards? Anything that you want to talk to your fellow party members about, or should I move the scene on? Portobello
Sam,
mushrooms
do you
are
need
good
food or sustenance in any way, shape, or form?
No.
That sounded like the saddest no I've ever heard.
I haven't been able to taste it in hundreds of years.
Well-
Wait, that is the thing. Can you smell? You don't have a nose.
I don't have a lot of things.
That sound I made definitely is probably in canon. That's what Bria does. She's like, what? I had a bit of fruit come out of my nose.
But don't worry, he's still got lots of bones.
Ugh.
In fact, he's got
Ugh.
more than he used to.
The undead rules in Pathfinder are a little weird.
I can't
Mainly
repair
bleed
him.
effects.
Keep it in
I can't
character.
repair
Keep it in
him, right?
character.
I can't do a craft check to like repair him, like repair his bones.
Is that in character? You're like sizing him up like he's something that you can craft?
Both. I'm looking at him like there has to be a way we can fix you up.
Any negative healing works.
We could try
Okay,
splints and use some tar for glue.
I look at him. I look him deep in his eye sockets, and I say, "Wow, you are so thin. You wouldn't even weigh more than like a thimble. See, I'm trying to send you some negative energy."
Was that meant to be an insult?
Well, I'm supposed to be negging you.
What does that mean? Could you Could you explain? I don't know that term.
Well, apparently,
I'm unfamiliar.
It seems like this negative energy doesn't work. It needs to be magical negative energy then.
You were hoping that by insulting him, you'd heal him?
Yes.
Negative energy. It's a little convoluted, but
You know what? Fair enough.
That'd be pretty fun.
Fair
if
enough.
it-
You know, you don't know till you try. Or, I mean, you could have also asked, but I mean, yeah.
Is that
less
how
fun that
cards do it?
Fuck first, ask later?
Well,
Yes. Most of the time. Sorry. Off topic. All right. Well, thanks for dinner. Good luck, everybody. That was our
I've helped to
first
set up.
battle together.
I've helped to
No.
set up some.
Yes. Did you? Sorry.
It's fine. And she like kind of folds in on herself a little bit.
No, it's okay. I mean, just the first you've spoken. That's what's up.
I have helped to set up shelter, and she kind of like gestures to some really clumsily like laid out plots of where we could sleep. So it like divides it relatively evenly, but we're not like so far away that we couldn't help whoever's keeping watch were it necessary. And there's like some
Does
clumsy
it look
like
they're,
cushioning.
Well, if they look like they work, Zandra
Well,
will
it's-
just smile at.
Wasn't one of these buildings an inn?
Yeah,
Oh.
I feel like we have plenty of places to live, but like I'm not gonna say that. I'm just like that's very nice
look
of you.
We look
Oh.
over at the actual
Thank you.
shelters that's been built, and then we look over at the actual buildings that still exist. It's like
It's got like a
Oh,
little
there's
string of
there's just whole ass
streamers.
inns that we could stay in.
It's got this string of streamers that's like Buria's best friend, Botel.
Okay.
I'll-
No, it's
I'll
a streamer
stay
that
in
says
them. They
thank you
look
for
very
not
comfy.
freaking out
Thank
when I
you.
told you my real name and turned out to be kind of a wuss.
You're all right. Thank you.
Does anyone actually sleep in what she's made?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll sleep in there.
Oh yeah.
Roll
It's like
me
the
a-
equivalent of like if you have when you're little and you have people sleep over and you make like a fort in the living room instead of sleeping in the dead ass beds. that you have at the festival.
Yeah.
Does it-
It's like that, but
Yeah,
it's
but
comfy.
can
Like
I-
there's
Buria, before you tell me if it's
Does-
comfy or not, please
actually,
roll
does-
me a craft check.
that's rude. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I wanted a cute moment.
I was literally about to ask, like, what are the chances of this collapsing on me while I'm
It's not. No, it's not. Okay.
well,
I just wanted it to be a cute. Okay.
Roll a
Alright.
dice.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well,
It's
where's
very
the craft?
Fourth one down under the skills tab.
It's cute
Oh,
regardless
okay.
of how it turns out.
I mean, it's gonna turn out poorly. Let's just sleep in the shelter.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's adequate. Definitely not like survivalist level. It's definitely cute.
But
She
it'll
did.
work.
You tell how much she put her whole heart into making this.
Yeah, and Zandra will when it's Zandra's turn, she will sleep in there.
I put down some fluffy pillows and I make mine like a luxury one.
So we've got Buria's cute little survivalist little tent. Valentin directly besides it erects the asshole equivalent of glamping. He's got he's got
What
a
does that
full.
mean?
He's
You
got
got
a
like a
full-
bidet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how Oasis was all worried about one-upping me, and it was like, it's fine. Then Valenta just kind of shits all over what Undyne did. And
I thought,
Yeah,
I
the
thought
guy
at
who
least when he
shot her,
rolled that,
let's
that it was going to
remind
be
you.
to like make them better for everyone, and then he was like, "No, I'm making mine better than yours."
An RV
Look
with
over
a
and
heated
see
pool just
how poorly you did at this thing you
After
wanted to be a
shooting
fun,
you,
cute
too.
thing for everybody. After
So-
I shot you in the stomach. Oh, hey, look, I can do better than you can, and that's an irrefutable truth that you
Maria-
have to face throughout the entire night. Now.
Maria's made like a little pillow blanket fort, and Valentin's made the abomination that happens in Community.
Oh my god.
It's like heated. There's a. It's got running water. Temperature could cool.
Then are we gonna tie like a bunch of pillows to Undyne's body to get her to punch people out?
Regardless,
It's a love shack.
eventually everybody settles in, aside from the first watch, Zandra. Everyone's all settled in for the night in the various buildings. Burya's little itty bitty cutie pie tent that she made for you, and then Valentin's behemoth monstrosity of compensation. It takes up like a whole city
we're,
block.
It's not that big of a roll. It's okay-ish.
As I'm setting up for watch, I have the feat. I think it's God, where was it? Natural medicine. I can use just natural herbs and things like that to heal myself instead of needing a healing check. I don't have to use the medicine check. Basically, I can use nature check instead of medicine to heal myself.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'd like
yeah.
to-
Roll me. You can also use that on other people then. Natural medicine, unless it specifies. Yeah, your allies. So you do it to that. I don't know if you can actually treat wounds yourself though. Let me double check that.
You can't treat yourself?
I'm double checking. I'm pretty sure you can.
You can, yeah. you
Yep,
can touch
targeting
yourself
yourself.
if you
Yeah, you can touch yourself all you want. Everyone's gone to sleep.
Cool. Do
Why
I need
not?
to do like a just roll a nature check and then?
So
I guess
you're
you're
using
just
treat
training.
If I heal
wounds.
myself or
You're
not?
using treat wounds. It's an actual action with an already set DC.
In
You're
the
just,
activities?
yeah, you're just going to be rolling with nature instead. So I believe that in your activities, I'll have to double check if you can or not. I'm looking at Burya's sheet for this.
What proficiency in
So
nature
I would
are
have
you?
to use. I've got a +7 in nature, or my
Yeah,
proficiency
are you like
is
trained expert master, etc.?
So
nature. I'm trained.
yeah.
Mhm.
So what you're going to do is in your actions, you're going to go to treat wounds. Are you considered an expert legendary master? Oh, she's just trained, you said. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to hit the magnifying glass beside that, okay? You're going to hit the skills, and instead of medicine, you're going to toggle that until that says nature. So magnifying
How do
glass,
I toggle it.
click it.
Oh, okay. Yep. Got it. Oh,
Yep.
medicine,
The
nature,
DC
medicine.
is already fixed. It is a 15 that you have to beat. And that way, you can just click through
Gotcha.
here, and then
Okay.
from now on, it'll roll with nature instead of medicine, and it'll tell you if it succeeded or not. Make sure to be targeting yourself
Okay.
on the combat tracker when you do this. Control left-click your token on the combat tracker.
On the combat tracker.
Would I have had enough time to get another use of my serum restoration back?
How long does it take?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Unless
Then,
I
yeah,
make
absolutely.
my DC 17. Okay, so I'm
Oh
gonna...
my
That is a critical failure. You will be damaging yourself.
God.
The first time when it says
Use a hero point. You
First,
get one.
yeah, I get one.
everyone
Yeah,
starts with
everyone
one
gets
hero
one
point
stuff.
at the beginning of every
I
session.
use my one.
And don't forget, viewers.
I'll use my one hero point.
Don't forget, viewers, you can also give the player of your choice
Oh my god.
a
At
hero
least it's not in
point.
that one.
So, hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Don't forget, viewers, you can also give the player of your choice a hero point by subbing to the channel and then saying which one should get a hero point. Valtria is now down her normal hero point. As a note,
Okay.
Valtria, the way that you spend your hero point is you double-click the button, and it'll tell you spending hero point instead of you altering it manually. It's the same end result, so it's fine. So I'd like you...
I just didn't have.
Here's...
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna narrate how you heroically
So
avoid
I was gonna
this.
say, I was going to say, because I've got it right. So the idea is that like for nature, she like looks around and finds natural herbs and things like that she would heal herself with, right? Like things that she'd find in nature. But she's never been in a cave like this before. So instead of finding like the herbs that she normally uses to like stick in her wounds and to like to fight off infections and things like that, she instead finds just some mushrooms, and mistakenly thinks that they're safe, but ends up poisoning herself a little bit when she crushes those up and sticks them in her wound.
Well, what I was gonna say is for what I was gonna describe for you, if you wanted to go with this instead, Zandra, is that you'd say everything's the same. You find those mushrooms, you give them a taste test first, and you didn't like to stop yourself from damaging. You throw it all back up.
Can I actually add
That
something
works,
to
though.
this? I would like to add a suggestion. What if the things that you were supposed to be using at first I used to build my shelter, so you don't get to use the because I used it for my shelter. Okay, you know what? I'll just use something else, and so you don't actually die.
You like stole all the like useful healing items.
Like,
I
weaved
guess
all
that
the
works.
plant
Sure,
life
like
into,
you've
a
made
rope
like
and stuff.
you've made a comfy salad out of the leaves of the plants that I normally use to heal myself, and you're just like munching on them while I'm like over there.
I
dying.
don't even notice that they have healing properties. I just went, oh, these look nice.
He used them to make a bath bomb for the full functioning bathtub he built.
This mushroom is very feng shui.
He's just got it in
And
the
meanwhile,
corner.
I'm out there like. Meanwhile, I'm out there like finding all the plants just like stripped of all the like useful parts. And I'm like, I guess somebody else needed it before me. Weird.
Also, not gonna lie, when
Sure,
Xander
yeah, we'll go
first
with that.
did it, I thought I pictured it like how when like you're like playing with your friends as like a little kid and you like someone gets hurt and the kid medic shows up and he's like putting leaves and dirt on it to hopefully make it feel better.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
No, that was exactly what I was thinking. Right? She just like sticks the things in there. She's like, yeah, this will work.
In the
Right.
meantime,
Like
I'm
what
also
how
going
big of
to-
it like Zon?
You're asleep,
Zandra's really
Valentin.
dumb, right? So like for her, it's like
Oh,
it's
sorry.
like yeah. This is first watch, so she's real dumb, right? So she's like just picks up the like it's plants, it'll be fine, right? Like all the plants up
It's
above
natural.
ground are fine. Why would the plants down here not work? Shoves it in the wound.
Oh no. It's like thistle.
It doesn't work.
All right, Zandra.
Yeah,
Well, the
it's
only other
fine.
challenge you'll have during your watch is staying awake for the hour and a half. What do you do to keep yourself occupied from being bored? As always, your sword is above your head, and you get the mental sensation of pouting.
She'll ignore the pouting for a moment, and
Your
try
sword
and
goes-
like, distract herself.
Your sword goes. But since it doesn't need to
Sandra
breathe,
will
it's
pull
a
out
very
her-
long, eternal sigh, clearly made to get your attention.
She'll like without looking at the sword or like acknowledging it for a minute, she'll pull out of her bag a little tiny instrument and start plucking at it. She's not any good. She's just plucking at it because she's. What do you want?
When are we going to kill something?
She's thinking this to it. We killed things today. Lots of things.
Hours
We
ago.
killed probably a dozen things. Yeah, get used to it. You're not going to kill things constantly.
Valentin doesn't need both his limbs.
Yes, he does, actually. He does need both those limbs. That's
The
actually a very important thing for him to have.
The stench of noble just comes off of him. We
I
should
suck my
He
thumb
does,
a little bit.
A little bit, but he's not in a position of authority, so I'm not sure why you're
Isn't he?
all up in arms.
That
Is he?
machine calls him commander, and you commander as well. He holds authority over you. Slit his neck, let him bleed out
If-
like the pig he is. Show them all why you should be in charge. No co about it.
She'll continue to pluck at her instruments while thinking, and
Tell them someone snuck in under your watch. Got to him in the night.
Valentin's
They'll
been with us
believe
the whole
it.
time. No, we are not murdering our ally.
Is he an ally?
Yes.
I thought you hated anyone with authority. I thought that is what we were going to do. Kill those who are in power.
No, you're a simple-minded sword, apparently.
And you compromise on your
Maybe
own
not to-
ideals. We had a deal.
I am no paladin. I'm not swearing any ideals to hold them regardless of circumstance or context.
I'm
If
disappointed.
that were the case, I would slay myself, where I also have property.
How do you live with the contradiction then of hating those in authority but not hating thyself?
Thine self.
Oh, I hate myself plenty. You don't have to worry about that.
Then when
You're in
our
my
work
mind. Can you not see all the things that haunt me?
when our work is done, will you
I
fall
thought of
upon
anyone
me?
who'd know me, you would.
When our work is
I'm
done,
not
will
making you any promises.
The sword falls silent.
Is that what you want?
The blade falls silent, leaving an air of disappointment in your mind, the emotion kind of clouding and mingling with your own, leaving you in a layer of frustration. Even though it's not caused by you, your body physically reacts, your shoulders tense, you just feel stressed and agitated now over the whole conversation.
Mm-hmm. The plunking of her instrument will have gone from like calm, like little taps to like agitated, sharp, punctuated. She's probably keeping watch still, but like she's more distracted by her own thoughts than she is keeping a close eye on things. All
Regardless,
the fucking swords to pick up. God damn it.
Regardless, it eventually becomes Oasis's turn for watch if you would like to wake her up. Feltria?
Sure. Zandra will put away her instrument, go over towards Oasis, gently shake her on the shoulder. Oasis.
She'll just like
Oasis?
half like and just like half wake up, you know.
Sorry. It's your turn. It's your turn for watch. No more 5 minutes. You gotta get up.
Okay.
Now
If I
remember,
must.
it's exactly 1 hour and 36 minutes. Not 1:35, not 1:40, 1:36. You got that?
Oasis.
I will do my best.
Oasis, have you ever asked any questions about Zondra's sword? The one that floats directly above her head, pointing point down at the center of her skull, 24/7?
There's also
Not
that
really.
and the time that my Halo came out when nobody's about that.
Well, because in Oasis's mind, there's a skeleton right there. Half of Oasis's
Yeah.
body, including parts of her organs and brain, are made of plant
I
matter.
figured.
It's just weird, bro. There's a fish person.
This is just party weirdos. This is party weirdos.
There's
so-
a goblin. Those aren't real.
What's a halo and a floating sword? That doesn't really stand out amongst the crowd.
I mean, honestly, we're all yeah.
That
You
man
say
has an
that in
eye patch.
jest,
Yeah,
but
and
this is pretty fucking weird.
Azamar aren't that uncommon. that absolutely not where I'm from, but even here, right? The Azmar, people know of Azmar, people have seen Azmar. It's not like you don't
Sly is
encounter
just a
Azmar,
dude, and I love him for it.
I mean, he's still bright pink, like from head to toe, hot neon pink. That still
Okay, you know
hasn't
why
changed.
I didn't react like that was weird? Is because I was thinking about the slime. I was thinking about Buckethead. And I was like, yeah, that's normal. What are you talking about? He turned red.
Yeah, no, he's just a
yellow.
normal guy.
Yeah, that was very silly.
All right. Regardless, Zandra is woken up Oasis, and Oasis, it's time for your watch. What are you up to during your watch?
Real fast, Sandra will go over and crawl into the little ramshackle hut that
Buria.
I'm gonna mispronounce this, so Buria made for her. And she'll try really hard not to bump into the walls or anything as she's getting in, just in case anything's not sturdy. But she'll get comfy and go to bed.
Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do on your watch? Victory Peak is quiet now, with everything torn apart. There's still the hot springs nearby at the top of the mountain. You guys are kind of spread out again, like throughout the city, but not too far apart. The conveyor belt with all those weird glass parts that were moving along it is out here, although it's shut down now, because I believe Valentin broke it when he cranked it to max.
I turned it off, but yes.
Ah, yes. And, what are you up to? How do you keep yourself busy?
I think like she'd just attempt it while everyone's asleep to like try to fix people up a little bit.
Okay, who do you go to first?
Probably Xandra, like as she's falling asleep.
So, Zandra, you've just started getting comfortable. The sword just kind of keeping you at that layer of frustration. You finally managed to start getting sleep. Remember, Zandra does suffer pretty heavily from insomnia thanks to the sword's influence, even now that it stopped
You
screaming.
just love
constantly.
making us feel like dicks when we make decisions, huh?
Why?
Yeah, because you're laying it on really thick. We need to-
No, I'm just Zandra's always had insomnia.
Like, remember, Zandra
no, it's not
cannot.
that.
I'm
This
going
is the, like
over
the first
this.
time in her life she's getting a comfortable
Yeah.
night of sleep, and you're going over to wake her up. All right, let's
We've
go.
gotten. We've gotten. Remember, there's a lot of players and characters who are new to the party dynamic. This is the first time of you guys sleeping in a comfortable area. So I wanted to make it a little bit special and remind people that your characters, some of you have gone through some shit.
She was gonna do her best to not
you're gonna try to treat wounds without waking her up. So
the best of my ability.
go ahead, roll me a treat wounds, and Zandra, roll me a fortitude save.
Where's the treat rooms thing at?
Well, that's my best save, so go wrong, right?
Okay, very good. I hope they're tasty.
Sorry, I forgot that I unmuted. And they're not tasty. They're actually the
Oh,
miniature.
a critical success. Zandra, you sleep through this soundly, but in the morning you're going to wake up with some more bandages and, poultices applied to you that you'll be a little curious how you got. You didn't remember falling asleep with them. But, Oasis, go ahead, target her on the combat
Check for-
tracker.
Holy.
It's 31 because it's plus 10 from the expert thing.
Yeah, so
Not
reduce
fully
yourself.
trained.
Yeah, just reduce yourself down to 0 wounds. Also, Oasis, I believe that there is a way we can automate that now. Let me just double check.
Probably.
Which ability was that?
It was I just used the treat wounds thing in the activities.
Ah, so directly underneath that, if you click on treat wounds, if you click the magnifying glass beside it.
Is that what that is? I thought it was a feather.
And then you should see that there are actually buttons that when you're targeting, you can roll for the heal.
Oh.
Yep, and if you're an expert, you can choose what DC you're going for and which dice you're using.
I'm learning.
Alright, there we are. Oasis, you spend your time treating... Well, that only took 10 minutes. Who are you sneaking into their sleeping area next?
I was gonna go to Buria.
Alright. Buria, describe your sleeping arrangements.
I think Buria looks like really, really comfortable where she is, and it's clear that she's been sleeping like this on the road for a long time. She's got a little bit of drool coming down one side of her face and is kind of like lying on her back with her body sprawled and one of her hands resting very gently against her head. And she's very lightly snoring. Like, it's not loud enough to be obnoxious, but it's definitely loud enough to be like, oh, she's dead asleep.
You're probably right by the hot spring, too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Alright. Oasis, you creep up towards the sleeping Buria. The cute snore chat says, got it.
Yes.
Also, Valtria chat says that you touched yourself a little too roughly.
Oh my god.
Oh, I do that every night. Sorry.
Oh my god.
There's things called lotion. You don't gotta like dry tug it.
I mean, you just need a little bit of spit.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I like a little bit of the slap and play, you know?
Alright, Oasis. Buria, I need a fortitude save, and Oasis, go ahead and target her on the tracker. You already are, so just go ahead and roll your treat wounds.
Oh. I'm gonna use my hero point.
I'll warn you before you commit to spending it. This is just a check to avoid you waking up. And there is no detriment to waking up apart from roleplay. So
can we delete getting rid of it then? I just added it back to my sheet.
Yeah, that works.
I'm not gonna re-roll anything.
Yep. I just want to tell you that this is mostly for flavor.
I appreciate
and
it, thank you.
No problem. There's better things you can save your hero point for.
Thank you.
You are going to wake up pissed off or like in a funny situation, though. It's up to you to decide how.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oasis, go ahead and roll me your medicine, your treat wounds.
How do I target someone in the combat tracker again?
You already are.
Am I?
Yes, and you do it by control left clicking their profile. You can also see on the combat tracker when it says who you're targeting. You're currently targeting Buria. See? Yeah.
Oh.
Another critical success, so go ahead and roll that big heal. I'm also going to say that with the critical success and 33 hit points healed, Buria, you would have woken up rudely had that not been a nat 20 that Oasis rolled, but instead, the nat 1 and the nat 20 even each other out, and you're just
I think maybe
up.
maybe I roll in my sleep and I go 5 more minutes, and then I flop back down and keep sleeping.
Sure, yeah, that works. Alright, you technically have more time to keep doing this to people, Oasis. The only other wounded people are Valentin and Sam, and yourself, of course.
No, I'll heal when I sleep. And Valentin, I'll just splash him with water when he wakes up.
Alright.
I feel like if a breeze blew on Valentin, he'd wake up.
So, time passes, and eventually your watch is over, and it's your turn to wake up Sly. Hello, Sarah.
Sarah!
So, Oasis, go on, roleplay.
Hey,
Wake
Sarah.
up. How are you going to wake up Sly?
Well, she's gonna she's gonna walk over to where he's asleep. And she's gonna use her, like, human hand, like her people hand. Which, because she's a huge bitch, is probably, like, the size of his head. And just place it on his shoulder and try to shake him a little bit.
Sly, you wake up like that. Merp. Hello, other Sarah.
Too many Sarahs.
Never have too many
Anything
sellers.
of interest to report?
No. Uh, no.
Okay. Have a good rest of your night.
Oh, God. The two of your interactions are so to the point. All right.
Wasted is awkward, and Sly is very like, what's it called? Like he's just like
Cut and
"Yes,
dry."
yes." Yeah, that's
I
the thing.
can't believe Sly is
Undyne,
Scandinavian.
Undyne is yes and Sly is just and.
That's fucking hilarious.
Regardless, Sly, it is your watch. What are you doing to keep
I love
yourself
it.
awake and active?
I guess I'll go through the rest of the food I found and see if I can, like, store some of it or preserve some of it.
Yeah, I actually will allow you to roll me a crafting or a survival to see if you can salvage any actual usable rations.
Crafting or survival?
Yeah, a crafting or
Alright.
survival.
We'll just do crafting.
Yeah, you're able to add 2 rations to your inventory. Oh wait,
Awesome.
they go by weeks in this, don't they? In this system, you're able to add 1 week worth of rations to your inventory.
Nice.
All right, and
Other
with
than that, I don't think I have really anything else I can do.
yeah. Well, you're still bright pink. You haven't seemed to try to, becoming normal colored.
Here, I'll roll on Arcana to see if I can figure out if I can turn this back.
You just gotta focus really hard.
If it's anything like the otter, I'll just focus on not being pink.
You do your best on focusing on not being pink.
Maybe you make yourself green.
And
if you think
instead
you're
I turned
being
myself
really
green.
hard.
It looks like what has actually clung to you is, as you check it out, natural, not magical.
As in, I should be able to wash it off?
As in, it's weird it hasn't come off already, since it's not actual magic based. And you've probably tried to wash it or like scrub yourself a few times already, and
Well, yeah, I assume I
hasn't-
washed my hands before making food.
yeah, it hasn't gone away. But it seems
Huh.
to be not of a magical origin. The application might have been magical, but you're starting to suspect that the stuff on you is organic.
That's mildly concerning.
You can roll me a nature. Mildly concerned, you sneak into Valentin's tent and you borrow or liberate one of his magnifying glasses or something like that. And what you're able to note is that what you were starting to hope was a dust-like substance coating you is not in fact dust. It is billions of tiny little parasites that are currently eating your skin flakes.
Oh,
Oh God.
gross.
He's gonna have to shower.
But you are covered.
Food that he made with his hands.
You are yeah.
That
I'm gonna go jump in the hot spring.
You-
Preferably one of the hotter ones.
And I'm guessing this is eliciting a form of like panic, so it's like sprint, run, cannonball directly into the hot spring.
Well, no, I don't want to wake anybody up.
Just as unpanicked as possible, you begin getting into the hot spring, and as you do, a cloud of pink exits from you, just around you, blood in the water Jaws style, as the little parasites from the heat and the water and the hot springs, just spread off of you. When you come out, you are no longer covered in pink, awful little things.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna go
wish I
make sure the
didn't have
rest
to
of my
hear any
stuff
of that.
isn't coated in pink parasites.
They were bacteria sized, not insectile, just as a note. Sorry, what was that?
I'm just gonna make sure none of the other stuff is coated and none of the food was contaminated. And
Yeah, you do a quick check on everything, and it looks like the pink things that were on you were only sticking to your body because they liked the taste of your skin.
Thanks.
I just imagine you
Lovely.
put it really close to your ear and you hear like the eating sound from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Regardless, Sly, your watch ends, and it's time for you to wake up Valentin and maybe return his magnifying glass.
well, I'll carefully return the magnifying glass, and then I'm gonna crack open another durian and throw it into his tent.
Valentin, you are woken up by the weight of something on your chest and something stinking to high heaven. You open your eyes and see that there is a durian sitting atop you.
Figure you might want a midnight snack. You seem to be really into the durians earlier.
I put a what's it called? A wash clip? Whatever those things that you hang up the washing with. I put it over my nose. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Sly,
Yeah. Yes.
you know you're valuable to this team, correct?
Yes.
Good. I put a hat on his shoulder. Have a nice sleep.
You also note that Sly is no longer pink.
Oh no, it's like he's lost the one thing unique about him. Now he's just actually more unique than he was before, so never mind.
You have a good watch.
I didn't say that out loud. If I had, I would have sounded like this.
Well, no, you said
He
before.
was
have a
responding
good
to you
sleep.
saying, yeah, have a good sleep.
Right. One more thing, Sly.
Yes.
Someone appears to have made a smudge on my magnifying eye patch. You
Some
see any...
questions are better left unanswered.
Huh. I'm gonna clean this eye patch rigorously. I don't know what he did with it, but now I'm worried.
Alright. What are you doing for your watch, Valentin? You also note that the entirety of one of the hot springs now has this weird pink layer over it.
Ah.
All of the hot springs?
No, one. I said one of them.
Okay. That would make Buria really sad.
I guess I'll look over the injured state of everyone. I send my little prototype companion out to stand like towards the entrance that we came in, I guess.
What's it look like again?
Good question. I think it's kind of like a kind of looks like a small one of those robotic dogs like from the early noughties or whatever. Like they basically don't look like a dog, but they say, hey, this is a robotic dog.
Eye dog.
Sure.
I was thinking about the eye dog.
Yeah, it's the eye dog. He's got the eye dog.
Yeah, except this is an eye patch dog.
Nice.
You took its eyes?
No, just give it an eye patch.
You took its eyes?
Calm down. Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna send it
I mean,
to.
it's probably just like you. You get. It's got both eyes, just has an eye patch.
Yes. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna send it to, be lookout while I go over all of my companions, like just checking over a run, make sure that no one's been abducted, see if anyone's still hurt, and as I see that no one's really hurt, I
You can see that Oasis and Burya seem to have been not Oasis. Sandra and Burya both seem to have been treated recently.
right, I assume it's one of my companions. But seeing as I'm still a bit hurt, I pull down a welding mask. I turn up the fire on my invention to max, and then I treat my own wounds. Again.
Go ahead. Don't you have to roll to see if you succeed or not? What is this?
No, afterwards I roll a flat 17 check to see if I can still do it again. Otherwise, there's a 10-minute wait period before I can, because it's an unstable.
Oh, yeah, so your minor explosion from your invention. Okay.
Right. So I just basically weld my wounds shut, and then I do a DC 17 flat check.
Nice. Yeah,
well,
you can use it again immediately.
Yeah. Too bad no one really needs it. So,
Just put it into the bag where Potch is in. Just explode it in there.
I guess if Podge does come back eventually,
I'm just going to put Podge at full HP, because when they do come back to the campaign, you've got
They've
enough
been
time
sleeping the
for
whole
healing.
time.
Yeah. He's napping.
So instead, I'm probably just going to spend the time writing in my journal. Which is just observations I made. For the record, it's going to be observations I've made, but it's like I'm addressing someone in my journal.
Okay.
But I'm not super actually keeping watch, because I trust in my own invention, so I think that my little companion is going to do all my work, so instead I just spend my time writing.
You just gotta flip the page past the one
When
where
it
he
comes
accidentally called you
time-
expendable.
When it comes time to Burya, for Burya's watch, you stand up, close your notebook, and begin heading over to Burya, and then you stop. That hot spring that had a layer of pink on it now, instead has 6 big, fluffy pink balls on it. Floating on top of the water.
That's disconcerting.
Valentin says.
That's probably fine. Just go to bed.
I guess I'll do a nature check.
Sure. No idea what the fuck that is. It looks like whatever was on Sly that he must have washed off in the hot spring has been absorbing the water and each other into these big puff balls. They look like huge dandelion tufts, basically. Each one is about the size of a basketball. Floating on the water. Big
The
pink and
growers, not
fuzzy.
showers.
Undyne gain a hero point.
Thanks.
I poke one of them with my firearm, just see if there's a reaction.
You poke it and it's like it weighs nothing as it exits the water and is floating in the air away from you as you poked it.
Oh, I hate this.
So is the water in the pool like lower now? Does it look like
Yes.
it's drained some of the water?
Yes.
I I'm just gonna unplug the the pool and try to drain the rest of its water so they don't
What are
grow
you?
larger.
It's a hot spring. So what are you unplugging it from?
Oh, right, it's not a pool.
That one that you poked is floating down the hill.
Damn. That's one nice cock.
Thank you for the follow, Mr. Goog.
That won't cause any problems.
The
It'll probably be okay.
researcher. You know what? The researcher in me is going to be too enamored by this phenomenon. I'm going to follow it.
Yeah, you follow it, and eventually it just comes down. Like, it just floats naturally back down to the ground, landing in around the same area that you guys had your fight in against the the Darklands creatures. Just lands there in amongst the blood.
It's in the blood?
Yeah. Amongst
It's in
it.
the blood. Oh no.
I'm going to set it on fire.
The stages of research. Poke it, follow it, set it on fire. Sure, how and with what do you set it on fire with?
Oh, I mean...
What is he giggling? What was that?
Why'd you say it like that? Oh boy.
Oh, I'm gonna set it on fire for sure.
Look, what else am I going to use? I'm just going to use my invention that has fire set into it, and I'll just, burn it.
So you're taking a lighter and getting close enough, like very, very close to it. You light, and the whole thing goes up immediately. You hear this awful screaming sound. It wakes everybody up because it sounds like hundreds of rabbits all dying at the same time. If you've ever heard a rabbit death scream, it's very high-pitched. It sounds like one singular child getting murdered. So this is
like a million children.
yeah,
getting
just
okay.
screaming, just echoes all through the cavern, and within a single round, it has burnt up to nothing, leaving only ash behind. Valentin, everybody,
Just kill a bunch of what?
everybody wakes up to this horrible screaming, and I'm guessing everybody is grabbing their weapons and coming out of wherever they were sleeping, who sees Valentin down at the bottom of the hill with a pile of ash around him, and these 5 other big pink fluffy orbs floating in the pool. Hi guys, thank you so much for the raid, Ludessa. We're currently playing Blood on the Rocks, my bi-weekly VTuber Pathfinder game. Thank you so much for coming. You can check out the whole cast here. We're also doing a subathon donathon. This is the last day of it. We are at 332 subs, so we are 18 subs away from me doing a prank calling the government stream. And yes, it is a Phoebe. We're getting into some shenanigans on the party's day off right now. As everybody's awake and armed and coming out. Valentin.
Don't mind the noise. I go over to burn the next one.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Who's Jesus Christ?
I don't know. That just kind of came to me.
Okay. What the hell made that noise? What happened?
I don't know, but it's floating away, and I didn't realize it was gonna make that much noise, but also, it's.
Did you check to even see what it was before you did whatever you did to it?
It seems like it's a floating pile of fluff.
Is there a reason why you're murdering them?
Well, it's pink. It was attached to you. I assumed Sly earlier. Now it's no longer attached to Sly. Ergo, it probably was something that was some sort of, I don't know, maybe a parasite, maybe just pigment, who knows. Either way, I'm not going to take any chances with this. I'd burn the next one.
So you're going to be going into the hot springs. Like you'll have to walk into the water, and to burn this. It is still in the water.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Now everyone's awake. They can save me if something happens.
Sure. You walk up to the next one, and you...
Yeah, sure we are. Yeah, sure we'll see.
You go to light it on fire, and once again, the big puff ignites almost immediately, but this time it doesn't burn away entirely. The parts of it that are on and in the water instead begin to spread out and are rapidly moving towards you.
Interesting.
I need you to roll me a reflex save to get out of here in time.
This is fine, right?
It's all in the name of science.
Oh wow, okay.
With another nat 20 on the checks that don't really matter, you scramble up out of the water and land back on the side of the hot springs. The pink, coating on the surface, just remains still, waiting for you to come back in, it looks like. Everyone witnessed this quick event that happened.
Can I attempt to see what it is?
Of course, yeah.
Would that just be nature?
It would be.
Alrighty.
I really need to remember to do recall knowledge instead.
You are not sure what they actually are, Oasis, with a 25, which is telling in a few different ways. They aren't something, despite being organic, that naturally is occurring. With everything in that warehouse that you were just in being partially of an alchemical nature, looks like these could have been some alchemical side effect. Either way, it doesn't look like they have any actual intelligence and are just operating entirely off of instinct. Clearly, they have an aversion to heat. Hence, why they got off of Sly in the hot springs, and why Valentin is so easily able to torch them. You're able to tell from a distance that the big puffballs appear to be adhesive. So if they were touched, or if something touched them, they would bond on a nearly molecular level to whatever that they touched, becoming very difficult to get off, aside from amputation.
Just like me, for real.
It's like me, for real.
Anyway.
For real. Who said that? Oh, is that it?
I mean, I'm already pink. We're like halfway there. You had me in bondage. Okay, so it's just adhesive, adhesive pink floating cloud thing.
Basically.
Oh, okay.
I turn up the heat on my invention again. Well, I guess I got some more burning to do.
We're not in any kind of initiative order right now, are we?
No, these things aren't really an active enough threat. They're just doing nothing. They would clearly rely, like Oasis, like dandelions, to need to be carried on the wind to be any active threat, on which they would then land on someone and then they would get stuck to them.
Do they seem like parasitic or like?
Oh, 100%. They're just, it's just a colony of those things that were on Sly, all formed in one, and having absorbed water to make themselves bigger.
Oh.
So Oasis, it's not a threat at all in these caverns as long as there's no breeze, and as long as you don't willingly touch them. So
It just sounds like a problem waiting to happen, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear that.
I'm gonna.
It means we'd have to
I'm gonna
deal
spend.
with
I'm gonna
it.
spend the rest of. I'm gonna spend the rest of my watch just trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, you can take
whatever safe matters I can.
I would allow you to take 30 to safely be able to, burn them all. And over that 30 minutes, nobody gets any sleep.
Just put them in jars. Have
Oh, no.
biological weapons.
You are not
no.
beating the war crime
God.
accusations, Phoebe.
They're getting burned.
Damn.
So over the next 30 minutes, horrific screaming echoes through the caverns as Valentin burns through them all, and Burya, without being able to get back to sleep, it's suddenly your watch.
Oh, convenient. Sleep well.
I go to rest and I sleep like a fucking baby because I feel
Yeah,
like
in
I
your
did a good thing today.
Mega mansion you've made for yourself.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It says on the back wall, it says "World's Best Inventor."
Right
It
by the
also says
automatic
love-
coffee machine he made.
And on another sign it says "Laugh, Live, Love."
I made signs in Valheim that said Val. Oh god. Okay, yeah.
I made signs in Subnautica that said that.
Liveheim, Laughheim, Loveheim. That's what they were.
Mine in Subnautica just said live, laugh, love as well. Alright.
Amazing.
Burya, what are you doing to keep yourself active?
Probably polishing her trident or like sharpening it. Maybe humming to herself. What?
That was a deserved bonk.
Yeah. Oh,
Done.
man,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely,
sharpening-
100%.
I'm sharpening my trident so well.
Do
To
remember.
a finely tuned point.
Do remember,
This baby's
Undyne.
gonna pierce into your flesh, no problem.
Do
remember what?
Remember, Undyne, that
Oh
your
my
ancestry
God.
requires you to narrate at some point every 24 hours you being fully submerged.
Oh, I go to one of the pools that was not near wherever the pink shit was.
You polish your trident, well, like eye level, like a frog in the hot spring.
It's like The Witcher, the scene from The Witcher where he's in the tub, like big muscular arms and legs like poking out while I'm sharpening my trident.
It's so comfy. It's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and she hums a sea shanty to herself while she's keeping watch.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sam, you never went
Yes.
back to sleep because you didn't need to, or whatever weird stasis your skeleton man self has. And if you're okay with it, you can change this if you're not, but I want to set up a nice scene for you and Undyne. As Burya is humming to herself in the hot springs, you, who have already used these hot springs to clean your bones, were just laying at the bottom of it.
In the same one I'm in right now?
In the same one you're in right now. Or in
Am
the
I
one
naked?
Or in the one beside it. That's up to you. Why are you asking me, the DM?
I don't think
Are
I'm
you naked? Are you naked? You're definitely
Oh,
not
okay.
wearing your armor.
I know. Maybe I've got like some stuff for modesty, but it's like it's water and it's wet, so it's not doing much.
Regardless,
I don't see it.
Regardless,
Okay, all right.
it's up to you, Rye, if you want to pop out of the same one that she's in, or the one directly beside or behind her, but you've just been chilling at the bottom of these hot springs.
Chilling in a hot spring sounds.
Antithetical.
So
Oh
you
my
can
God, yeah.
you can pop up wherever you'd like, but go ahead and set the scene as you're able to hear this beautiful humming. And it really is beautiful, Undyne. Gain a hero point.
Oh, thank you.
I will emerge.
I didn't mean to do that.
The like hot spring beside her, preferably one that her back is turned to, so she just hears like the sound of water.
You shouldn't do that to somebody when they've got their weapon in their hand. She kind of like jolts up as though she's about to attack him, and then slowly lowers herself back down. Don't need to sleep, I guess. Or breathe.
no. I just need to rest for a few hours, and then I am good to go again. And you would have noticed any cracks in the bones you'd seen before have already started to heal
Yeah,
quite well.
that's pretty cool. I wish I could help like I can with the others, but that would kill you. So it's kind of
That's
like
why I
the
need
whole
you to
thing
sweat
that I'm
for a
supposed
while.
to be doing, right? But you're not. I'm not like other undead. Could think of. But you're not similar to the other undead I've encountered, so I don't really know how to approach this situation.
Most undead lack intelligence.
I've seen a fair share of liches that could convince you otherwise. But you're right. Most of them aren't very smart.
And again, it does depend on their reason behind being created in the first place.
I always thought that was cruel. The lack of agency or choice, being condemned to existing usually for some other person's purpose or gain. That's seems like a terrible way to live. And I'm grateful that you don't seem to have to carry yourself that way. For multiple reasons. But that's, I think, a big reason why I've been brought up, I guess, in a sense, to be so adamant about the fact that the undead deserve to rest. And I don't really fully know yet where that puts you. So, yeah.
I intend to rest as soon as I meet my old friend. Settle the score.
Vengeance? Or honor?
Yes. I once considered them a good friend of mine until they stabbed me in the face.
That seems like a hard thing to do, considering, and she like gestures at your fucking bone face. Was this when you were alive? Or
The thing that killed me, in fact.
well, I mean, how long have you been alive for?
I don't know the exact answer. I've been undead for years now. I haven't really been keeping track of time.
Well, obviously we haven't spent much time together, but if you would allow me the honor, I'd love to help whatever sort of passing when you choose to pass be a good one.
Would
I think
appreciate
that's my place now, as far as this is concerned. She like gestures to like her trident and you. I'm a big believer in the importance of choice and getting to decide your fate for yourself or make your fate for yourself. That wouldn't be who I was today if I didn't do that for myself, so I want to be able to do that for others when they're denied that choice. Well, keep on relaxing. I think I'm on watch for a bit longer, but you're welcome to keep me company if you'd like.
I'm more than happy to assist in keeping watch.
Sure thing, but don't strain yourself too much. Again, I haven't been able to help you much with any sort of magical healing, but I'm glad to see that you're on the mend.
Thank you.
As a note, I've already applied the overnight rest healing. For someone being on the mend, Burya, he doesn't look it. As a note, after his overnight rest of healing and what
We Flavor did stuff where he was describing the.
Oh, no, I heard that he's beginning to heal the cracks up.
Yeah.
But I want to give a gaming abstraction here. He's still less than half hit points by a significant amount.
I can see. I've got the player tracker up.
Yeah, so I want to just remind you, even though the cracks are just currently healing, he still looks on the verge of falling apart right now. Like,
Well, I think that's part of why I'm so
concerned.
adamant on yeah.
Regardless, Burya, your watch ends uneventfully. You hum to yourself, you polish your trident, you speak with Sam a little bit, and you head to finish your rest.
I offer him a wave before I head back to my makeshift friend fort. I don't think she would have let them know that that's what she called it. But in her head, she's like, this is my friend fortress. I protect my friendships in this place that I've created. And then Valentin shat on it.
I love
It's fine.
it so much.
Sam, eternity's quite a long time. You are no stranger.
Does that make us friends?
Yes.
You are no stranger to spending time alone in silence. For those who never really need to sleep, there's a lot of time to think and stay idle in those hours. What is it that you're doing right now?
At the moment, I guess I will leave the hot spring and try find a good vantage point to go sit and keep watch.
Yep. You sit on high, watching over everyone, thinking about their mortality and yours, perhaps. Maybe you didn't normally think about such things. After all, what use is brooding to a skeleton all the time in the world, and yet pointless to think about. But now, after having fought with them, seen them nearly die, maybe your thoughts trend to a little bit more about the nature of life and death. Of course, when you're on watch alone, there's no one really to talk to these things about. Go ahead, Ryan. I didn't mean to cut you off.
As I'm thinking about these things, I will take out one of my daggers, which is very old and rusted, and just sort of examine it, looking it over, remembering the past of what I remember at least.
Eventually, everyone wakes up. Your rest is over. And now it's time to set about the day. We are probably going to wrap up in the next 20 minutes, players. I've had, I believe, 2 people request for an early end tonight with Phoebe and Undyne. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Keeps in me.
Okay, so we will end in another 20 minutes, but I would like to speed run while still having a little bit of roleplay if possible, because now, in the party sheet, I need to know your marching order. The tunnels of the Darklands are generally wide enough that you can always walk in a 2x2 line. However, there will be occasional moments where you are forced to squeeze through narrow passageways or splunk and crawl through very, very small, tight tunnels. As such, I actually also need to know, for those of you in heavy armor, if you intend to wear it during travel phases, or if you're keeping it off. If you're wearing it during travel phases, you will travel slower as a group, because anytime you come across an obstacle that you cannot squeeze through, because most of this party is fucking huge, while wearing your armor, you will need to take time and take it off for everybody.
So, quick question. Since
Quick answer.
We've got some, like, it's all just going to be for flavor, right? Because we got people that are all really big, but none of them are bigger than medium size.
Yes,
so
it's your
them
armor
being
that's getting
7, 8 feet tall is no harder for them to get through than me, who's only 5 foot.
Yes, thematically, unless in some cases where I describe the ceiling as being a certain height, and I tell you if you are over this height, you will have to crouch through this entire fight, which is going to cause you to take negatives.
Yeah.
Because that actually is a thing. The main thing that's going to be the mechanical block is whether you are wearing heavy armor or not, which isn't going to be able to fit through narrow passages. You'll have to take it off, carry it with
I'll
you,
take my
and
heavy
then go
armor
through.
I'll take my heavy armor off, but I'll keep my shield.
That works, but I want to clarify again
Also,
what I am asking.
another
Hold
question.
on. Sorry. Before we move on, because we've had instances in the past where I might
Yes.
not have clarified anything perfectly, I want to clarify it again. You will be taking it off multiple times throughout this. I'm looking if your default is on or off. If it is on for even
Default
a
is off.
single person, it will slow the whole group down. So everyone wearing heavy armor, can you please chime up now?
Blah, blah, blah.
Is there anyone
Why
besides
don't-
me?
Yes.
That might be me. I think I'm wearing heavy armor.
Meaning that Buria and Zandra will have to decide if both of them are going to go armored or armorless. You should look up donning and doffing the armor rules now. So
I'm gonna go armored.
Okay.
I want to be able to be there to protect people at the front if I need to be. So
that will just slow down everyone's travel, as every now and then you'll come across an obstacle where it's like you have to take your armor off and then put it back on when you're through the obstacle. It could be stuff like a very narrow passage that, getting your chest piece through is going to be too tight. It could be needing to crawl and not wanting to damage your armor from being scraped on by the ceiling, all sorts of stuff.
Could we, in theory, have Sly scout ahead and then report back when such an area might come along so that they have time to take it off?
That is actually another thing. Travel actions in this game are individual, and they have interactions with the group. There is the scout travel action, which also slows down the group, meaning if Sly were to do scouting, it would nullify the armor speed penalty, but still have the scouting speed penalty. This is the point where everybody's going to probably want to do a little bit of research coming up before you come to a direct decision. But you should look up the various travel actions that you can do and what you can accomplish. The armor thing is not normally one of them, but I'm imposing it because of this really just tight area. And every now and then you have to crawl and get through really narrow crevasses in places where your armor would be more of a hindrance than a help. So, for now, I want to see your marching order. And then we'll decide armor and other things like that tonight as well. What else was there? I also want to talk about encumbrance and things today.
I think Sly and I should be at the front. Or maybe Sly's scouting ahead. Who
I mean,
else
I
has
should be at
good
the front.
perception?
I'm literally a face tank. I've got a big
that's fine.
shield.
No, I'm not thinking
when I'm
about-
wearing my heavy armor and everything.
I know, but both of us serve that role. I'm just trying to think of matching us with people that can spot stuff before we can. Because I don't have good perception.
So this is entirely traveling
Gotcha.
in Pathfinder is entirely different than doing it in D&D. With Sly taking the scout action, it means that he is giving you guys a bonus to initiative, for instance, I believe it is. Let me go over the commonly used travel actions and rules, and I think that should help you guys. I just have to find that. So what we are in, if you wanted to look for it on Archive of Nessie's, what I'll be reading from for you all, is called Exploration Mode. Okay? And there are things to do as individuals. For instance, Valtria.
Yes.
There is the exploration action of Defend, where you move at half your travel speed with your shield raised. If combat breaks out, you gain the benefits of raising a shield before your first turn begins. But that would be your exploration activity, and it slows everybody down. Scout.
So let's say,
Hi.
so if it's okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yes. So Scout.
Oh, wait.
You scout ahead and behind the group to watch danger moving at half speed. At the next start of the next encounter, every creature in your party gets a +1 bonus to your initiative rolls. So generally, there is things like Investigate that let you seek out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. That is a recall knowledge as a secret check to discover clues among various things that you can see and engage with along your journey. But basically, in Pathfinder, as you are traveling, it doesn't matter who's in front or not. The only reason I'm asking you to set your travel order is this is the order that you'll be entering into maps on. So if a combat breaks out and I have to put you on a map, this is the order that you would be going in for. Your travel actions do not require a formation to be able to use them. Sly could be scouting as efficiently from the back of the group, the middle of the group, or the front of the group as he would anywhere else. I just want this formation so I can put you on maps easier. As well as to narrate if you're passing things around and through the column and what you're doing. If that changes your decisions, feel free to keep going on. Right now, I've got mostly a party order, but Oasis, it's 2x2 generally.
I can't move my person.
Yeah. Oh, you can't?
No.
It's not letting me.
What the hell? The others were. Yeah, Valentin just moved his. Valentin, how are you moving that?
Yeah, I can move mine.
I don't have a
I'm drag
lock
and dropping.
next to mine. If Oasis has a lock next to theirs, then they won't be able to move it either.
Do you not have control over your character, Oasis?
There's no lock.
I do. It's being weird. I drag it somewhere and then it just. Okay, there we go.
Oh, you have to hit the check
anyway.
mark to accept it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
So what
let's put Sam in the middle. No, the middle, because you're gonna die if someone breathes on you. Sorry, you're gonna die again if someone breathes on you. I guess I'll stay in the back.
That looked like a good order for everybody?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we'll actually talk about what travel actions you're taking next time when the travel starts, because next session we're going to do a traveling session, and then into the big battle that's going to be happening at Forewarned. So
I'm so excited for that.
this is what you've been setting up for, and you guys are going to be attacking from the rear. What do we call this? Operation Double Penetration, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the next thing I need to know now is Buria and Zandra. If you're leaving your armor on, I will let you know right now. It doesn't actually impact the party too much if you're already planning on having people who are going to be taking scouting actions and stuff like that, because they're going to be moving at half speed anyways. And at the end of the speed that the party moves at is the speed of its slowest member. So it's not going to be cumulative, halving your speed constantly. It's just if you're going to have Sly scouting, you may as well leave your armor on because it's not going to impose an additional speed penalty.
Cool. Then I'll probably leave mine on.
Okay.
If we're all taking actions and doing stuff, it's better to have it.
Mm-hmm. And Undyne already said that she wanted to leave her armor on. All right, guys. In that case, we've got 10 minutes left. You are all ready to go. Why don't you roleplay setting up breakfast? And I'm going to do some group prompts too. All right? As breakfast is getting started. Nice.
Wow.
Buria,
Good morning.
Buria and Valentin. As you guys are having breakfast, you... Is that my... You get into an argument in front of everybody. What's the argument about?
That maybe if you wouldn't have shot the gun and had done something else that you knew would have caused less damage, it wouldn't have caused an issue. I know that we've already talked about this a little bit yesterday, but that was really reckless. If it wasn't me, you could have outright killed one of our party members. You know that, right?
I believe it was a risk worth taking.
Huh. I'm sure you believe that. You didn't get shot.
This is in front of everybody, and I would like to hear from at least each party member engaging themselves in this scene. So Sly and Sam, I know normally you guys like to hang back and not comment on things, but I want to hear everybody engage. If you do, everyone will start next session at 2 hero points instead of 1. Carry on.
Like I said before,
I'm
I made a reckless
I'm fully
decision. But time was of
and
the essence.
it was very reckless.
I mean,
We
you
had
could have
no
just
idea
let me
of-
restrain you
Time
at
is
the
of,
time instead of
the
attacking me.
essence. But we do time might be of the essence, but risking your ally's life for the sake of getting a little information is not worth it.
Well, I was also acting on what I assumed was the truth. And I was wrong. And
well,
I
maybe
already
we should be a little bit
apologized
more
for it.
sure of our.
Well, I was fairly certain in my own mind, and I was wrong, and I've already apologized for being wrong. I do not see the point of hanging up on a detail that we've already gone through.
All right, fair enough. If this is, I mean, really between you two.
Linton's actions may have been reckless, but they're in the past now. This
Anything
little
else?
bit to change
I
it.
quirk my eyebrow at Oasis.
Oasis, you're suddenly aware of everyone in the party staring at you, clearly waiting for your input in this argument.
I mean, I can kind of see what you're getting at, but at the same time, well, I mean, it was Valentin shooting you, or Sly stabbing both of you.
Hey, I stabbed the correct one.
Well, your original idea was I'm going to stab both of them at the same time.
Right, but I can control how hard I stab something versus his bullet.
In fairness, he was planning on stabbing them when it was me who was being impersonated.
Well, if anything, I guess it just goes to show that we can't take things at face value even more than we might already be trying not to do.
And it's
Very
entirely
true.
possible we might end up in this situation again, seeing as that was just a simulacrum and there's still the real one out there.
Yeah. One thing I know for sure is that this mirror guy's a dick. Before he looks at you like, God, I'm tired just
Yeah.
dealing with him once.
Yeah, I wonder why
If,
we left
if
him
it's
in,
possible for us to run into him again, do we set up some sort of plan if he tries to do that sort of thing again? Some way that we can determine who the real one is?
I mean, the other one doesn't know what my real name is. So we could maybe say the letter that the name
Yeah, but
starts with? But it's the
But
illusion.
the issue
You
is
just set
that
up
he
a
can.
secret code
Yeah,
password
the
next time.
illusion.
Oh yeah, no, the voice thing I forgot.
Yeah,
It
so
wasn't just the
you wanna
voice, I think that-
we can make it sound like he's the one saying.
It wasn't just the voice, it was literally an image. It looked like I was physically saying it.
Yeah, but does anyone know sign language or can do hand symbol stuff? Did you
Someone can
figure out that
also
way?
roll me an Arcana, please, because as Undyne has, out of character, pointed out multiple times,
Oh.
that was a very powerful illusion that didn't have a DC to
Oh,
see
when I was
through
complaining about it, okay. I was like, what do you mean?
Zandra, you've run into the Mirror Man before, and you already know he is extremely proficient in magic, but now you're starting to wonder if that might have been an understatement.
How powerful is the Mirror Man really? I mean, he made a simulacrum that can do things that we didn't think, at least I didn't think should be possible. And an illusion that we had no way of seeing through.
Well, it's starting to sound like the mirror part of his nickname is less of a nickname and more of a statement. Perhaps he is quite literally mirroring something, and it's less about something being magical and more of it being a, I suppose, fact of life. But who knows? We know next to nothing about this person.
True.
Guess that means we need to brainstorm.
Remember that for people like Oasis, Sly, Stam, and Burya too, Valentin and Zandra, that was their first encounter with the shadowy organization that's been behind all of your motivations. They have none of the context that you have for the first interaction with the real Mirror Man.
Interesting. Okay.
You might one day need to talk about that.
Yeah. Talking about what we know about them and the rest. I mean, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we filled them in about, like, that was the first time they encountered in person, but we definitely told them about the Mirror Man.
Oh, no,
when we
I
met,
remember
didn't we?
you did. I remember you did, but now it might be time to add more context to everything as well. Remember, poor Phoebe, this is her first time interacting with them as a player or a character, apart from what you have told her.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, that'll be a next time on Blood on the Rocks type of thing.
It will be. Thank you guys all for engaging in that. I heard from everybody, so you're going to get the extra hero points for next session. We're going to raid another Hero Factory talent today, as we're going to be sending the love on to Hey Solvay, the party's summoner, actually.
Solvay!
They are currently playing Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 person, 9 doors, and they are actually using their old model too, so they're not in PNG tuber mode right now. They are in proper mode. When you get in there, guys, make sure to give them a follow. They are currently setting a new follower goal, so hop in there, give them all the love in the world, and tell them that Bard is better than Summoner, and I will see you guys on Friday when I stream next. Or, oh no, definitely Friday. I'm way too busy tomorrow. So, see you guys for now. You make sure to have a lovely night, and bye, nerds!
Bye, nerds.
Bye! Bye!
Alright, gonna handle the raid, and